And just like that, we are at the tail end here of the NBA play-in tournament. Yet another tournament covered here, and we're going to end it with a doubleheader here tonight, starting, of course, with the Orlando Magic taking on the Charlotte Hornets. Of course, it's do or die here tonight. Both games are do and die here tonight. Battle for the 8 seed will commence. They have the pleasure of going ahead and getting smoked by the 1 seed, but they have the pleasure today of battling for their playoff lives here tonight. Let's start the show. Let's break it all down. Let's get to it. We're in the building, we're in the building, we're in the building! Hey, of course we are back yet again. Hello, witness to what should be a pretty dang good basketball game. Now, I think we all feel pretty confident in saying that I think the Charlotte Hornets will be able to take care of business tonight against the absolutely falling apart, imploding Orlando Magic here, who don't look like they particularly want to actually win some of these basketball games. Obviously, we can't say for sure. I don't want to get out I don't want to be too negative on the Orlando Magic here, but my goodness, does this team incapable of beating the Boston Celtics in the final of the game of the regular season, in which the Boston Celtics had almost every important role player for them and played their end of the bench guys, and still, the Orlando Magic could not find a way to beat that team. And then they come into the play-in tournament as the 7th seed. So they have the advantage over every other team, right? They have the first home game against the Philadelphia 76ers, and this is a Philadelphia 78, right? Or were they the 8 seed? I think they were the 8 seed. It doesn't matter. Because ultimately, the Philadelphia 76ers, whether they were home or away, were playing in that game with no Joel Embiid. There was no second star alongside of Tyrese Maxey. You have an aging veteran, Paul George, and you have a young, up-and-coming, never-been-here-before in VJ Edgecombe. Two players in opposite spectrums of their careers, obviously, right? And you still couldn't take advantage of that situation right there. And it forces you now in a do-or-die game against the up-and-coming rough-shot Charlotte Hornets looking to take you down and enter the NBA playoffs in your place. And I think the NBA world at large is now rooting against you, rooting for the Charlotte Hornets. Because everybody, including me, feel like, well, at least the Charlotte Hornets versus the Detroit Pistons in the first round will be a series, right? Like, I think Detroit is going to be pretty heavily favored in that series. I don't think it'll be particularly close. But them Charlotte Hornets boys, they're going to give them hell. It's going to be a tough game all the way down to the end of each of those games, however many it ends up being, 4, 5, 6, or 7, whatever, it doesn't matter. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? And when I look at the Orlando Magic, if they should find a way to win this game here tonight, I don't like that matchup against the Detroit Pistons. I think they get absolutely smoked in 4 games. I don't think any of the games are particularly all that close. So here tonight, normally, I don't have a dog in the fight. Normally, right? Unless our Knicks are playing. Ron Tardif, what's up, Ron? Looking forward to this game. I am looking forward to this game. If anything, looking forward to the Charlotte Hornets putting the Orlando Magic out of their misery. They are Old Yeller in its fullest form here in the NBA, as close to as an NBA team could get to being a comparison to Old Yeller. They got to put them out of their misery, man. You got to take them behind the barn, put them out of their misery, and move forward. Because this team cannot stand the way that it currently stands. Unless the Orlando Magic show up and they do something I don't think anybody's really expecting them to do. They show up and play their best basketball game of the year. It's been a tumultuous up and down season for Orlando. I'm not going to entirely count them out, even if I think they're pretty much dead in the water. There is an opportunity here if Orlando should choose to take it. Doesn't look like they will. But obviously anything is possible here in the NBA. Shout out Kevin Garnett. I want to see the Orlando Magic players, if anything, individual players. Maybe it won't come together as a team, which is why they'll ultimately end up losing. But individual players I want to see come out and show some pride. Everybody's down on Paolo Banchero, former number 1 overall pick. Everybody is right now a little bit down, even if it's just a little bit down on Franz Wagner, who at one point was looking like the darling of the team. Now people are looking at this team like, I don't know if we should be building around Paolo or Franz at this point. I think everybody is down on what Suggs could possibly bring on the Bane trade, Anthony Black off the bench. And yes, I know they've dealt with a ton of injuries. But man, oh man, if there was any night to show any level of pride, it is tonight. Vic, what's up, Vic? Not watching because of protests. LaMelo not being suspended is unacceptable. It was his second time grabbing Bam's foot. It was indeed. It was indeed. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Joseph, as always, what's up, Joseph? You ready for tomorrow's Chef playoffs? Yes, sir, brother. Yes, sir. Playoffs officially start tomorrow. We are done. We are done with playing basketball, the pseudo playoffs. We are going to be tipping off the regular playoffs tomorrow, and I can't wait for it. Captain Mast, what's up, Captain? He said, I like the Hornets too. Me too, brother. Me too. Tiz Blanca, what's up, Tiz? Queen, what's up, Queen? Albert, what's up, Albert? Ty Eagles, what's up, Ty? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Sunset and Skylines, what's up, Sunset? He said, go Hornets. Here we go. Just as dad as always earlier in the chat. Oda Austin, what's up, Oda? Vic said, if Wemby had his foot grabbed, man, they would be sent to Alcatraz, brother. I'll tell you that. Don't get the league's biggest, one of their biggest money makers out of the game right now. As far as Bam Adebayo, the Heat were a 10 seed. The Hornets are darlings of the NBA right now. I think Adam Silver really wants to see the Hornets make the playoffs over the Orlando Magic. I'll tell you that. Greg Williams said, I'm going with Orlando. It would be an upset pick for sure. I think everybody is pretty much out on Orlando right now. Ron said, not something anyone can change. Very true. Trapped in the 90s. What's up, Trapped? All we can do is move forward at this point and made the best team win. Right? Sons Gen with a very generous gifted membership. Starting us off right. Appreciate you, Sons Gen. Sons Gen, your team fighting for their lives tonight, man. I can't wait to watch it. As much as I love Steph Curry, I think I want the Suns to win that game. Right? So let's start with the Charlotte Hornets here. Starting our pregame. We know what this team is capable of. We're not going to litigate LaMelo Ball and whether or not he should actually be playing tonight. That's not what we're here for. We're here to establish what is going to go on in this game. And if we look across both sides, who is stopping LaMelo Ball here tonight? Who is going to be guarding this man, right, on Orlando? So they're probably going to put Suggs on him. If not, you might have to switch Franz on him to get a little bit of size. But ultimately, you're probably going to put... So actually, you might want to put Suggs on Knipple. No, I'd put Suggs on LaMelo Ball. I'd put Franz Wagner on Knipple. I'd put... no, you might want Franz Wagner on Brandon Miller just for the size. Who do you have chasing around Con? Who's their starting shooting guard? It's Bane. Yeah, you put Bane. Put Bane on Knipple and just tell him, keep up with him, right? Felipe, what's up, Felipe? It's bingo time. We do indeed have our bingo card ready to go. David, what's up, David Oz Jr.? Right? But here's the thing. LaMelo Ball is going to be hounded to a degree in which he was similarly in the Miami Heat game. Now, I do think with the way that Orlando has been playing that Miami brought a level of intensity that I don't think the Orlando Magic are going to be able to match here today. So I think the Miami game was the tougher game and may have toughened this Hornets team up enough to go ahead and breeze through this Orlando team, unless Orlando picks up their offensive game here, which is not something they've been able to do under the Jacques Vaughn era. Jacques Vaughn? That's not his name. Jamal Mosley, that's the head coach now. Under the Jamal Mosley tenure here, I don't think that the Orlando Magic are going to be able to keep up with the explosion that is the LaMelo Ball-led Hornets here. Suns Gen, what's up, Suns Gen? I love my Suns, but this humiliation season... this is humiliation season, and I'm ready to crawl into a ball. I mean, speaking of, it's not like you win some sort of grand prize. You get the privilege of going ahead and getting beat down by the Oklahoma City Thunder, probably in 4 games, possibly 5, but probably 4, right? So to that degree, maybe you just lose this, you go into the lottery, you wish for the best, and you come out with another good basketball player, I guess. I don't know. Ian Parkins, what's up, Ian? Doing too much. What's up, doing too much? I'm going from the Hornets because I know that the Detroit series is going to be very good and very physical. 90s basketball, here we come. Man, we've been there for a while, man. If people have not been keeping up, I've covered a lot of regular season games. The physicality has been on another level this season. Obviously not to the degree that it was back in the day, but man, it's coming back around, man. It's coming back around. Farron, what's up, Farron? Lock it in. comeback game. I'd love to see it. I really would love to see it. I want to see the Hornets play a good basketball game, and that's going to include a good game from Con. David said Knicks in 4 or 5. I'm with you. I'm going to say Knicks in 5. I think it'll go Knicks in 6. I'm secretly hoping for Knicks in 4. Well, obviously, we're all hoping that they could possibly end up with a sweep, but I do think a sweep is in the cards for the Knicks. I'm going to go Knicks in 5, though. Felipe said Detroit and Charlotte fought once already. They did indeed. They did indeed, and they played that last regular season game in which Detroit decided not to shake hands and just walk off the court against Charlotte Hornets, in which they beat them down in that game, by the way. So, again, I think that's a 5, maybe 6 game series, but that is heavily favored towards Detroit, and I'd take Detroit, hammer Detroit pretty heavily in that one, and I think the only thing you're looking for is to see how feisty those teams get with each other in that series. But let's keep it going. Let's go as far down the Charlotte Hornets team as we can, because honestly, we've already just watched this team play the other day. We've been watching the way they've ended the regular season. We know exactly what to expect with this Hornets team for the most part. It's going to come down to who shoots it better, and obviously that favors the Charlotte Hornets, who have been the best three-point shooting team by the numbers during the regular season. Maybe not so much in the last game where Con and LaMelo Ball couldn't buy a basket from the perimeter. Shout out Brandon Miller for keeping them alive in that regard. But you have to expect that those two guys are going to shoot it better. But with the way Brandon Miller played and the fact that I don't think that they have the foot speed to keep up with him out on the perimeter, considering that Suggs and Bane are going to be preoccupied with the ball and Knipple matchup, Brandon Miller should be able to run roughshod for the most part, unless Franz Wagner really steps up defensively here tonight, which he can for sure. David said Magic might be better matchup for Detroit. I don't think so, David. I think this Magic team is dust. I think they're done. I don't know what the regular season matchup looked like between those two teams, the Magic and the Pistons. But I don't have any faith in this Magic team. I think they've imploded from the inside. I think once players are out on the head coach, there's no possible way you could actually threaten anybody in a playoff setting where you need to be locked in. Everybody needs to be on the same page, whether you like each other or not. And I don't think this Magic team's on the same page at all. Joseph said Charlotte is going to be tough to beat in the playoffs. I mean, if they make the playoffs, if they win tonight and make the playoffs, they're playing against the Detroit Pistons. I think that's a 4 or 5 game series. I don't think the Hornets can muscle up inside with what Detroit is capable of putting out there, especially with Jalen Duren and the way he's dominated that series. Shadow Diabate, but he's just too small. Jalen Duren moves him out of the paint pretty dang easily, and he's dominated that matchup. Now, I know those two teams don't like each other, but those had not been particularly ultra-competitive games in terms of the score. Detroit has mostly led in those games, while the score was somewhat close in the first one. Detroit pulled away in the fourth. Very similar situation in the second meeting. At the end of the regular season, I think that's a 4 or 5 game series at best. The Fleas with the Fleas. Felipe said Miles Bridges has a great game last. Carried them when Con couldn't hit anything and Miller had foul trouble. Bridges is key. Bridges is very key. We'll get to Miles Bridges in a second here. But Con Knipple, obviously, a story coming out of game 1. Could have possibly affected his Rookie of the Year chances, as everybody was bringing up. Like, man, that guy really didn't show up when they needed him most. As a matter of fact, got benched down the stretch against the Miami Heat, in which Charlotte was actually better with him off the court. Now, maybe he could have actually knocked down a shot eventually, but Con Knipple is going to need to... that might have been his worst game of the season. So maybe we see that's just a one-off, and maybe we see a significantly better version of him here today. At least I hope so, because he is a very fun player to watch. David said Toronto over Cleveland. Highly doubt it. Toronto, I have no trust in Toronto either. Speaking of teams I don't have trust in, Toronto goes through these instances where they just can't score at all. Farron said, Con can't do any worse. Absolutely. That's why he's going off tonight. I don't know if I'd say he'd go off. He could, obviously. He's a very good basketball player. He's proven it this year. But yeah, I love the way you phrased that, brother. He can't do any worse. Like I said, that might have been his worst game of his entire NBA career so far. Just that to postseason games shouldn't factor into Rookie of the Year voting. It shouldn't. It shouldn't. As a matter of fact, MVP ballots were post end of the regular season awards, ballots usually and were supposed to be sent out before the play-in game even started, and should have been submitted before the play-in even started. The reason why it wasn't is because there was litigation with Luka Doncic and Cade Cunningham appealing the 65-game rule, obviously, which they ended up winning. And so the ballots were delayed in terms of going out to people. I've been listening to podcasts all day and all day yesterday and all through the play-in, and people are like, what am I supposed to do with the information that we just saw Con Knipple, just poop himself on live television in the most important game of their season and get benched at the end of the game? Am I just supposed to pretend that didn't happen? So you can take what you will. I think Con Knipple is still probably gonna win it, but I think it's a real debate as to who's gonna win Rookie of the Year. I think it could come down between two guys, Con Knipple and Cooper Flagg. I can see either guy winning it, and I think both guys are pretty deserving of it. If you lean Con, you got a good argument for it. If you lean Flagg, you got a good argument for it. Glory I said Con is hurt. What's wrong with Con, brother? What's wrong with Con? Zane, what's up, Zane? The Flea said Con or Cooper. Con or Cooper. Farron said LaMelo was just bad from three. Hornets easy. He could be bad from three again. Do you think you can be bad from three 2 games in a row? We'll see. Zane said Flagg definitely has a slight edge over Con. See, I think it's a slight edge either way. I think both guys are very deserving. It could go either way. I would lean Flagg too, because like we just saw, the Charlotte Hornets can win a very high leverage basketball game with Con Knipple being terrible. The Dallas Mavericks weren't doing anything in a basketball game unless Cooper Flagg did it. He had to be the defensive anchor of that team. He had to be the main offensive initiator of that team as an 18-year-old rookie. It was an absolutely insane season from Cooper Flagg, and just because Con Knipple got drafted to a much better team, to me, shouldn't give him the edge, even though Con is very deserving. But I don't like factoring in team records if it's not directly related to how good, if they weren't the number one guy on that team, right? So the Charlotte Hornets are very good because LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller both took a step up, and Diabate turned into a legitimately good starting center, right? That's why. And then Con Knipple also was a part of it, but to me, he's like 4th on that list. Whereas Cooper Flagg, again, he was on a bad team, but like Zane said, carrying the Mavs pretty heavily too. Daniel Dash, what's up, Daniel Dash? It's got to be Flagg. I reckon the recent 40 and 50-point games, 273 and 3 blocks per game is sensational. It is. It's one of the great rookie seasons ever. It really was. But you can't just also ignore what Con Knipple did this year. I mean, the greatest rookie shooting season in history. He made, rookie or not, any NBA player, he made the most amount of threes this year of any NBA player. And it was his rookie season. So he also had a historic rookie year, which is why you can't just discount the season that Con Knipple had. It could go either way. It could really go either way. Let's finish out the Charlotte Hornets real quick because we're about to get to the end of the bench, guys. But real quick, 3 of their most important guys. Kobe White off the bench. We saw him hit the huge shot against Miami to tie it up initially before LaMelo Ball ended up winning it for them, obviously, down the end there with the layup. Benzino, what's up, Benzino? Manuel Mercado, what's up, Manuel? Glory said back problems. Gotcha. Back problems for Con Knipple. I mean, at the same time, though, Glory, everybody's dealing with something. Do you think everybody in the Magic? I mean, Franz Wagner's out there hobbling on one leg, dealing with the ankle injury all year. So everybody's hurting with something, right? And you can't just turn into a pumpkin when your season's on the line. The Flea said Kobe saved them, dudes. 2 X's, actually. Yeah, Kobe White was absolutely fantastic and just cemented himself as the best trade deadline acquisition, if he wasn't already at that point, because I'm pretty sure he was. Absolutely insane shot from Kobe White, and he's absolutely spectacular here for the Charlotte Hornets. Exactly what they needed at the deadline. And my guy AP with a very generous super chat. Appreciate you, AP. He said, Chef, the biggest playoff run since 1997 starts tomorrow. Are you ready? Yes, sir, brother. He said, I am. Let's go, Knicks. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Stand up. Hit the thumbs up button. I love it, AP. No matter how we feel about this team, because I know AP doesn't particularly love this team, He has his problems with it, which are very legitimate. But no matter how you feel about this team, the playoffs start tomorrow. So you either get behind them, you hop on the bandwagon, or you're going to be left behind. Let's do it. Love the way you phrased it, AP. Love it. Let's do it. Let's get ready. Let's get ready to go. Last couple of guys here that are very important for the Charlotte Hornets is Miles Bridges. Ended the year with 17, 6, and 3. I wrote down here that Miles Bridges is a jack of all trades, but a master of none type of player in the NBA, especially with his inconsistent three-point shooting. We saw him knock down very important threes in the first half against the Miami Heat the other night to propel them to this game here today, as well as knock down a bunch of really clutch shots in the paint, playing off of mismatches. With the shooting surrounding him between LaMelo Ball, Con Knuppel, and Brandon Miller, teams are forced to play a very switch-heavy defense against the Hornets, and oftentimes that means that a guy like Miles Bridges can take advantage of smaller players being switched onto him with him setting off-ball screens, right? Miles Bridges has absolutely feasted in those scenarios. Whether he takes guys into the post, attacks them with in-between mid-range floaters, or pulls it out to the three-point line to knock down perimeter shots. He isn't a great, consistent three-point shooter, but he shoots it well enough and with confidence, with enough confidence, to make teams have to respect it at least. Teams will still dare him to shoot because it's the better option rather than leaving Knuppel open or with the ball in Miller's hands or the ball in LaMelo's hands, obviously. They will live with Miles Bridges dictating their offense, but he showed in the Miami game that in the first half, at least, that he could carry the offense if everybody else is struggling and he's got the mismatch he needs to take advantage of. So very important game for him. Let's see if he can do it again, because I assume the teams will likely run very similar defense against them here today, especially with the size and the lack of speed that the Orlando Magic have. I assume they're going to switch almost everything here. AP said, let's show them who we are tomorrow. Yes, sir, AP. Knicks in 5. At least Knicks in 5. You know I'm rooting for Knicks in 4. One of my favorite phrases is Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise, baby. Knicks in 4 until proven otherwise. Zane said, think Melo's going to trip Paolo, or is that just a Bam thing? That might just be a Bam thing. David Oz Jr. said, Knicks playoff success will go through Towns and Bridges has to play well. I think it's going to be series dependent. Obviously, Cat and Towns are very important. They're going to be very important in that first matchup against the Atlanta Hawks. But obviously, you're going to go as far as your best player carries you and Jalen Brunson. You're going to go as far as to your weakest link is going to be able to contribute, and that's going to be Josh Hart. You're going to go as far as to as OG Anunoby and Mitchell Robinson can shore up the defense enough, right? So it's all hands on deck, especially come playoff time. The rotation shortens, and everybody's going to have to contribute in one way or another. Muhammad, what's up, Muhammad? Who are you picking tonight, Magic or Hornets? I think we all pretty much got the Hornets. I think it would be a surprise upset if Orlando was able to take this one here tonight. Daniel Dash said, I can't wait for Minnesota Timberwolves at Denver Nuggets game 1. That should also be an incredible basketball game. I really can't wait for it tomorrow. Right now, I have 3 games definitely scheduled. And I think we're going to try and go for the 4. I'm just not particularly looking forward to the late night game of the Rockets and the Lakers. We'll see. We'll see. I think we're going to try and do it. Zane said, size matters, Knicks in 5. I love it. I love it. AP said, I want Boston, I want Detroit, and I want San Antonio, and OKC can get it too. I love it, AP. Absolutely. Bring it on. If you want to win a championship, go beat the best, Knicks. Go beat the best. Go do it. You're going to have to do it anyway. Are we close to tip-off? No, we're not. We still got like 10 minutes to go. One of the last guys I really want to boil down here with the Charlotte Hornets is Moussa Diabate, obviously the starting center who exploded onto the scene this year. Going into the year, the Charlotte Hornets were like, yeah, we don't know who's going to be our starting center. It's one of those, like, we'll figure it out as the year goes on type of situations. And they figured it out pretty early. Moussa Diabate, absolutely incredible season, exploding onto the scene and showing everybody, yeah, I'm a legit starting center in the NBA now. Fantastic rebounder, good enough rim protector. It's not a great rim protector, but a good enough rim protector. The Fleas plays hard. And honestly, if you're a rim running big man, your number one skill should be energy and effort. It should be a high motor, and Diabate embodies a high motor basketball player. Almost 2 stocks a game for a center is nice. It's solid. Again, good rim protector. Maybe not a great rim protector, but it is what it is. 8 points, 9 boards is about where he ended up on the regular season, but his screen setting, his ability to play off of the shooters, his ability to attack the glass overall, absolutely fantastic for this team that did not have a center coming into the year. It was either going to be Mason Plumlee and with Diabate and Kalkbrenner trying to figure it out, but Diabate stepped up in a way that the Hornets did not fully plan on, And it's paid wonders for them. It's paid dividends. They're at this point now where they're legit frightening team to play against because they have all 5 positions pretty much shored up. Now, while he's a little light for a starting center, Jalen Duren takes advantage. Karl-Anthony Towns can take advantage. High-level centers can take advantage against Moussa Diabate. As a matter of fact, Khalil Ware had a fantastic game against him. So size could hurt him a bit. Strength could hurt him in the bit, moving him out of the paint. But for the most part, Diabate's energy and effort is always going to make him a positive player here. Christian Blazers of Christian. This is the first year that the in-season tournament finals, maybe the NBA finals. I see where you're getting at, Christian. I see where you're getting at, brother. Hopefully. Lizzie, what's up, Lizzie? Go Hornets. Here we go. PK, what's up, PK? Big up to you. You're the real MVP. Everybody must push on the like button. Appreciate you, PK. If you guys are enjoying the show, remember to hit the like button on your way in. Daniel Dash said, yeah, the numbers regarding Atlanta's defensive rating is scary and not SGA's cousin. Yes, indeed. It's 49% from 3 and 60% from the field goals. If that continues in each conference finals, at least is quite foreseeable. We'll see. They had as a team, they had a very red-hot ending to the year, beating up on the dregs of the NBA. They had a very late schedule. So, a lot of their stats were a little inflated by the time they get to the end of the season, where a lot of teams started really tanking and a lot of the good teams really started to slow down in preparation for the playoffs. They were playing just as hard all the way through to the end. Fear Nothing. What's up, Fear Nothing? Good luck on the show. Appreciate you, Fear Nothing. Appreciate you. This said, I took Sheffy for 2 threes and 6 assists, hopefully. Russell Field with the Bruz. I must be lost in these ain't Knicks. Jokes, much love. Appreciate you, Russell. Tomorrow, brother, tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern time. Can't wait. Zane said, how do we feel about the NBA trying to give time for Luka to recover by striking the LA Rockets series? He's one of their most marketable stars in the NBA. It makes sense. Daniel Dash said, 10 minutes, I need coffee and another chilled overnight at Adelaide, South Australia. Appreciate you, Daniel Dash. What time is it over there? For me, it is 7:32 p.m. MBM, what's up, MBM? So now we get to the end of the bench guys for the Charlotte Hornets here. We'll get to the Atlanta Magic in a second. You got Grant Williams, who's just a solid veteran big man who's been here before, who could definitely help him. Lex, what's up, Lex? Back at it again, yes, sir. Daryl Grand, what's up, Daryl? Happy to see you, big dog. Grant Williams can knock down a 3. He's got decent positional size, smart player overall, and he's been here before, particularly in his time with the Boston Celtics. So very much needed veteran piece who knows what it takes to get to to win these high leverage basketball games. So Trey Mann is no longer a part of the rotation, especially since the acquisition of Kobe White. Same with Salon, too young of a player, too inconsistent to actually break into the playoff rotation here. But one guy that they absolutely desperately need to continue to play well is rookie Ryan Kalkbrenner. 7'1" gives them the size that maybe Moussa Diabate lacks, although being a rookie, not being maybe strong enough to deal with some of the other big men in the NBA. And again, a rookie can get exposed a little bit, but he does bring that much needed size, and he's obviously, as most rookies do, has gotten better as the season's gone on. And the combination between young up-and-coming Diabate and young Ryan Kalkbrenner is probably their weakest link here for the Charlotte Hornets. But if they can get solid enough production from those guys, like we saw against the Miami Heat, thought Diabate picked it up in the second half after a rough first half. And Kalkbrenner, I thought, was for the most part solid all night, especially in the absence of Bam Adebayo. Those two guys did just enough to allow the Charlotte Hornets to get over the hump. We get to the Atlanta Magic here. Paolo Banchero, the best player, one of the best players on the team. In my estimation, best player on the team should be Franz Wagner, but since coming back from the injury, it's not been the same Franz Wagner that we expect a little bit. So I'm going to give him a slight pass. Not a big pass, not a full-on pass, but a slight pass. Coming back from the ankle injury just has not been the same. You got to think that he's not 100% healthy. But like I said about Con Knipple, it is what it is. You got to show up and play. If you get out there on the court, you got to help your team. It's a do-or-die game, and he was absolutely invisible against the Philadelphia 76ers the other night. Could not take advantage of any matchups. We look at Paolo Banchero, who has been healthy, who is healthy for the most part, and just could not buy a basket, could not score in isolation, no matter who was on him, whether it was Tyrese Maxey or VJ Edgecombe. Paolo Banchero just could not create decent looks for himself, which is a problem. Which is just flat out a problem. 45, we'll round up 46% from the field and 30.5% from three-point range is just not really getting it done as a power big man here. He's settling for way too many jump shots, can't knock any of them down. He started to turn down open jump shots, which is never a good sign, particularly when a guy can't even get into the paint, so he's pulling up for these mid-range shots, and none of it's working. None of it's working right now. It's all inefficient. He doesn't look confident. His teammates don't look confident in him. Every time he shoots it, I think everybody's expecting a miss. And yet they can't take advantage by attacking the glass either. It's just kind of a rough outing here for the team as a whole, because it doesn't look like anybody has any amount of particular trust in each other, whether it's offensively or defensively. And ultimately, I think it kind of just starts, obviously, with the head coach, and we can talk about Jamal Mosley, but it starts with your best player, right? And with Franz Wagner mostly injured this season, Paolo Banchero needed to step up and be the best player on this team, and he's not. As a matter of fact, it's felt like he's taken a little bit of a step back. 40 Scope said Pablo's having Randall issues. The thing, 40 Scope, is Paolo Banchero wishes he was as good as Julius Randle was when Randle was on the Knicks, and then when he first got into the playoffs, struggled, right? And part of the reason why Randle struggled in the playoffs is because defenses threw everything at him. They were like anybody but Randle, because those were not very good organized Knicks teams, right? It was anybody but Randle, and they just forced the ball out of his hands and forced him into tough decisions. Paolo Banchero is getting very makeable shots. Teams are not worried about, they're not even bringing heavy double teams over to him. They're shading over a little bit just to keep him out of the paint, but for the most part, like multiple times against the Philadelphia 76ers, he had VJ Edgecombe and Tyrese Maxey switched onto him, and multiple times those players got defensive stops against him, stripping the ball out of his hands or forcing him into a tough floater or push shot where he can't get all the way to the basket, and it's just not good enough. You're 6'10", you're bigger and stronger than these guys, you're more athletic than them, and yet you just settle. I think I would understand him more if he would just bully his way into the paint and pick up a couple offensive fouls here and there. But he doesn't. He just settles. And it's just a weak look. It just is. I'm not saying it's weak. It's a weak look to allow yourself to be guarded by perimeter small guards over and over and over again. So it's going to be interesting to see, like I said, season on the line. But the thing with this team, and I said we could talk about Jamal Mosley if we want, but the report came out that this group of players, the entirety of the team, obviously some guys are in and some guys aren't, but I wouldn't say it's everybody. But man, it seems like there's just this disconnect between the coach and the players. And if the players are out on the coach, how can you expect them to go out and play a really hard basketball game, right? And really compete for a guy that they're just out on, right? Which is why when we started the pregame here, I talked about how I think it's more so about I want to see some pride from these players individually. Paolo's got to play better. He's got to be more aggressive going to the basket and looking for an easier look. Now, against this Hornets team, they don't have a ton of size on the inside, but Diabate and Miles Bridges as well as Kalkbrenner can match up size-wise with this team for the most part. They're not nearly as big as Andre Drummond and Dembona are. So that is not going to be an easy matchup for them. Jojo Vector, what's up, Jojo? Who do you got tonight? Probably Charlotte. Zane said, I could be wrong, though. Magic could pull one final act. I mean, they could. I'm not saying they can't. They're in this game for a reason. They're capable, but it's going to take a really good offensive game, and I just don't have trust in that, right? I don't have a ton of trust in that. MEM said, Randall emotionally unavailable. At times, yeah, he definitely shut down a little bit back in the day. 40 Scope said the thumbs down version of Randall. The thumbs down version of Randall was actually really good. He just rejected a fan base that was upset at him. Which is obviously not how you handle that situation. So, but if you go back, the actual thumbs down game, Julius Randle led a comeback against the surging Boston Celtics in that game, almost single-handedly. So, like I said, Paolo Banchero wishes he was as good as Julius Randle was back in the day. Zane said Paolo's playing like LaMarcus Aldridge. He wishes he was playing like LaMarcus Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge was a knockdown mid-range shooter and was deadly in the mid to high post. He wishes he was deadly in those areas. Scomberg, what's up, Scomberg? Hope all is well, brother. It is indeed. I don't care about this game. I'm here for you and say, let's go next. Appreciate you, Scomberg. All right, we're getting ready for tip-off here. Let's go real quick. We got the bald man himself, Jalen Suggs, dropping the top. You love to see it. He was kind of invisible for the most part. He was the matchup against Tyrese Maxey, and Maxey didn't even feel his presence out there. If this Magic team want to get back to their identity of being a defensive force, it's got to start with the point of attack, which means it's got to start with Jalen Suggs. Maybe he's not 100%, but either way, you're out there, brother, and they're going to need you to stay in front of LaMelo Ball and slow him down here tonight. Same with Desmond Bane, missed the 4 first-round picks, one of the few guys that actually showed up the other night against the 76ers. Maybe he shows up tonight again, but he's going to need other players to step up with him. I got faith in Desmond Bane, not so much with anybody else on the team. The forgotten fifth starter of this team, Wendell Carter Jr., for the most part, kind of invisible. Like he knocks down a couple of shots, grabs a couple of rebounds, maybe he gets a block or two, but for the most part, not super impactful. They're going to need an impactful version of him here today, knocking down perimeter shots. Anthony Black needs to show up off the bench. He was the other night in Philadelphia. Felt like as the game went on, he started to get better, but they're going to need more for sure. David W. Zyla, appreciate you, David, for that subscription. Hope you're having a good time. They're going with Goga Bitadze over Mo Wagner for reasons. Goga Bitadze healthier. Mo Wagner coming back from the ACL injury has not looked the same. Tristan Silva, wing off the bench, 3-and-D guy. They're going to need all hands on deck tonight, somebody to make a shot, so we'll see. That's going to wrap it up with the pregame coverage, so let's go ahead, jump right into the game here. Also, our bingo card, which is not set up. Oh, my goodness. Where's our bingo card at? Boom, boom. Hornets versus Magic. Boom and boom. All right. And now we're going to get our game cast going. MDM said, Orlando loses, coach is gone. The dog catcher. What's up, dog catcher? Yep, absolutely. Here we go. Orlando wins the tip. We're off and running. Here we go. Here we go. Paolo up top gets it over to Suggs. Suggs in the left corner. And he's out of bounds. And he's out of bounds to start. Okay. Okay. Is that good? Yeah, that's good. We're good there. What's going on up here? Why is that there? Huh. This is what? The alert box? Can we do this? All right, we're going to have to mess with that in a second. They get it over to Diabate up top. Diabate with the hair out. Hair out, Diabate. Might be crazy today. Ball has it up top, being guarded by Carter Jr. on a switch. Pulls it back, step back, mid-range, fall-away jumper comes up short. Diabate battling on the boards for the rebound, but a loose ball foul, and Franz Wagner trying to keep him off. Diabate overpowering him in the paint. Crandon, what's up, Crandon? So now he said, row coach gone regardless. He's gone. He is for sure gone regardless. Yeah, they could win the NBA Finals this season, and they're going to fire that man. That man's gone. That man is gone. They get it into Diabate. Diabate up top being guarded by Carter Jr. Hands it off the ball, and they call a moving screen on Miles Bridges. Okay, a little bit of a slow start here. Ball did heave up that three anyway, and he did knock it down. He did knock it down. Crandon said, Dear NBA, stop putting games on Amazon. Love everyone else. Pretty much the NBA, the Amazon broadcast has not been good at all. At all. Banchero gets it over to Bane, back to Banchero. Banchero, high post right wing, being guarded by Bridges, putting his head down, attacking in the paint, little fall-away jumper, got it to go. That's a quick, aggressive move from Paolo Banchero. I like to see that. I don't know why my alerts are not working, so I'm going to go ahead and just get that out of there for now to get that error out of the way. Brandon Miller gets to the corner, kicks it up top. Miles Bridges, a straightaway three, comes up short, and then battle on the boards. Diabate, again, just out-hustling the Magic there. Got to keep him off the glass. Suggs tries to save it, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here with Charlotte. Crandon said, all of that talent, and the coach has them mid. They do have talent. Coach is definitely not helping propel their talent. But also the players, you can't just... As Bridges comes off a screen, Magic fall asleep defensively. He gets an easy two-handed slam for their first basket of the game. And here comes Suggs bringing it down the other way, over to Bane, hands it up to Banchero, over to Wagner. Wagner up top, coming to his left, down the lane, kicks it out to Bane, left wing three for Bane. In and out, can't get it to stay. Battle for the rebound. Diabate picks it up. He's pushing it the other way. Over to Miller, over to Knippel. Knippel up top, in and out dribble, coming to his left, blows right past Franz Wagner in the paint, tries to put it up off glass, almost missed the rim. And now here comes Bane bringing it down the other way, turning on the Jets to the paint, scoop layup. Can't get it to go. And initially, it looked like it was a block by Diabate, but instead they call it a goaltend. A little bit of a late call, but I think the correct call. And that's 2 points for Bane and the Magic. Showtime said Magic can't shoot threes besides Bane. Pretty much. Christian Blaze, talking to Crandon. Christian Blaze disagrees. Brandon Miller coming off a Diabate screen, pull up three, got it to go as the Magic are in drop there. You might just want to switch it. You might just have to switch it. You got size to match up with Diabate. I know Franz Wagner really struggled to keep him off the glass, but Banchero crosses over on Miller all the way to the rim, gets the layup to go, and that's the Paolo Banchero I want to see, man. Stop with these little pull-up, floater, jump shot, fall-away jump shot stuff. Go to the rim, man. Draw a foul. Take some contact. Bane guarding Bridges in the post, muscling him up, Makes him pick up his handle, kicks it out to Miller, coming to his left, off the screen, shovels it down low to Diabate, being guarded. Paolo Banchero swats it away, gets it right over to Suggs. Suggs bringing it down the other way, and that's what you want to see from Paolo. He's bringing it tonight. Suggs, in and out dribble, coming to his right, pulls it back, foul line, pull-up jumper. Got it to go. Orlando coming out strong. 8-5. Let's see if they can keep it up, though. Here comes the LaMelo ball, bringing it down to his left, off the Diabate screen, out to Bridges. Bridges another three, Bridges another miss. Battle for the rebound, Franz Wagner skies for the board after Paolo Banchero boxed out Diabate. Suggs out to Wagner, down the lane, leans in, goes right into Miller, lays it up and in over him, and the Magic, 2 stars now muscling the Charlotte Hornets out of the way, and that's what you want to see from the pairing that is Paolo Banchero and Franz Wagner. Big, strong wings going to the basket. Get out of my way, accept my shoulder, and I'm going right through your chest. Paolo Banchero first, Franz Wagner right after. Showing him how it's done. That's exactly what you want to see. That's what made this Magic team interesting coming into the season. A lot of people had them as a for sure top 6 team, possibly even a top 4 team. This is the version of these players that we wanted to see. Zane said, I'll give Paolo some credit, though. He's got time to develop and confidence with a shot. Yeah, he's got a ton of time to continue to develop. I don't subscribe to the idea that the Magic should look to trade either one of these guys. Not yet, at least. You definitely change the coach before you look to trade any of your core players. I think they have a pretty solid core 4. I like all 4 of these guys, especially together. I think they work decently together. Obviously, the Franz Wagner, Paolo Banchero thing is still up for question in that pairing, but I think for the most part, they're solid, and that's exactly what you want to see. Fung Pei, what's up, Fung Pei? So I feel like because you took out goaltending, and it happened. Did I take out goaltending? Let's go through the bingo card here. We have 4-point play, Banchero for 30, 24-second violation, a 40-point quarter, Logo 3, ball for 15 3-point attempts, a travel, my favorite one, Bane for 30, a jump ball, player fouls out, Anthony Black for 15 3-and-3 up the bench, a successful challenge, Khan for 4 threes, Wedgie, my favorite one that we have never gotten, Miller for 30 points, Kobe White for 20 points, Suggs for 3 steals, a double-double, a triple-double. Wow, double-double, triple-double ended up right next to each other. By the way, these are all randomly filled in. I just randomly pick a square and then fill it in with something. Overtime, failed challenge, Diabate 4 offensive rebounds, Franz Wagner for 25 points and 2 consecutive missed free throws. My other favorite one, 2 consecutive missed free throws, which, by the way, we've gotten in every single bingo card we've done. David said, gonna be a magical night. I see what you did there, brother. That's a double. Tiz, Magic ain't come to play, or they did come to play. Kind of works both ways. I see what you mean, though. Ronald McPaul with LeBron. Trade Paolo for Sour Patch Kids. We are not in ham sandwich mode with Paolo Banchero, I'll tell you that. Zane said, Ant can definitely run that point. Anthony Edwards? Oh, we talking about the Crane? Wolves don't have a true point guard either, and we're in a tougher comp in the West. Are you in a tougher comp in the West, man? The East has been a bloodbath this year. East is definitely the better conference this year, and I think by a pretty good margin. Dogcatcher said, Knicks players, AT&T Park Ranger, commercial muted. Christian Blaze said, got a good feeling about the bingo card. We have yet to hit bingo, man. We have yet to hit bingo one time. Sugar Dad Supreme, what's up, Sugar? Durston said, I could go a ham sandwich, though. The reason why I phrase it that way is because back in the day when Julius Randle was on the Knicks, it got the relationship between Randle and Knicks fans got so bad that Knicks fans were like, trade Julius Randle for a ham sandwich and a bag of chips, right? So now whenever teams get fed up with a star and they're like, just trade him, we're better off just moving on from it at this point. I always talk about it as being in ham sandwich mode with a player. Are we in ham sandwich mode with Paolo Banchero right now or not? I wouldn't say we're there yet, right? Which means trade Paolo for anything at this point. Just get him off the team, which I don't think we're there with Paolo Banchero yet. Again, you got to switch coaches first and see if it's a coaching issue or if it's a roster construction issue. Here we go. We're back into it. Bridges gets it over to Miller, and they call another moving screen on the Hornets. And here's the thing with the Charlotte Hornets and a team that has as much movement as the Hornets do, like the Warriors did back in the day, you can get a lot of moving screens called on them if you stay as attached as possible and run hard through these screens, right? Because it's almost every screen set in the NBA is a moving screen at this point, And if you can get the official to notice it enough, you could possibly get them to be called for a lot of moving screens. Franz Wagner to Banchero, who misses the little pull-up jump shot there. Again, just go all the way to the rim, brother. Power your way to the basket. Don't settle for these pull-up jump shots. Bane pushing it the other way off the missed three. Deep three from Concanible, by the way. They get over to Wagner in the post to the basket. Layup, can't get it to go. But Wendell Carter Jr. right there for the tip up and in. And he wanted the foul, but he didn't get it. It's a 12-5 star. Here comes Miller. Miller bringing it down. He has it up top. Coming to his right up the Diabate screen. Ball knocked out of his hands. Trying to save it. Knocked out of bounds. It's going back to the Magic. The Magic are bringing it, man. The Magic are bringing it. You love to see it. Thurston said, I like it. Thank you for the explanation. Yeah. I wouldn't say we're in ham sandwich mode yet with Paolo Banchero, but I've gotten the sense that a lot of Magic fans are just a little frustrated with the combination of Banchero and Wagner. Suggs has it up top off the turnover. Over to Banchero, pump fakes from three, driving it down to the rim, leaves it off. Wendell Carter Jr. to the two-handed slam, and that's what happens when you have your 6'10", 270-pound power forward drive all the way down to the rim as aggressively like that. That's what happens. The defense has to react to that. And he made a nice play dropping it off to Carter Jr. 9-point lead here early in the game for the Magic. It's early in the game. We'll see if they can keep it up, but we're there. MBM said Charlotte forgot they're the favorites. I mean, you can get off to a slow start. We'll see how the game continues to go on. LaMelo Ball has yet to put his imprint on this game. He's taken one shot. Brandon Miller's taken one shot. He made a three. Concanible has not made a shot. He's 0 for 1. Or 0 for 2. 0 for 1 from 3. Here we go. They get it into Kalkbrenner, who just subbed in. Kalkbrenner up top, hands it off the ball. Ball coming to his right, sees the double team, swings it out to Sion James, who just subbed in. Attacking Bane off the bounce, kicks it over to Bridges. Attacking to his right, down the lane, scoop play with the right hand. Got it to go down for Miles Bridges. An incredible finish at the basket. And it's 14-7. 7:30 to go here in the first quarter. Bane bringing it down the other way. Bane up top, coming to his left, off the Banchero screen, now off of Carter Jr. screen in the lane, throws up a floater, comes up short. Rebound to Sion James, quick outlet to LaMelo Ball, pushing the other way, stops and pops. LaMelo Ball, straightaway three, can't get it to go. Over the backboard, rebound knocked over to Suggs. Good job from Anthony Black, who also subbed in. Over to Banchero on the right wing. Banchero being guarded by Bridges. He's going to put him in the post and back him down, and he's going to pump fake off a spin. Picked up his handle, got nowhere to go. Back out to Suggs. Coming to his right off a Banchero screen. A pull-up three from him, and off the back rim, can't get it to go. Rebound to Brandon Miller, who'll bring it down the other way. Hit ahead to LaMelo Ball. Turning on the Jets, blowing past Carter Jr., kicks it out to Sion James in the corner, gets it out to Miller, catches and fires from three, and he got it to go. Anthony Black tried to jump the passing lane, and just like that, it's back to a 4-point game, 14-10, with 6:30 to go here in this first quarter. Carter Jr. up top, fakes the handoff, keeps it, gets it over to Banchero. Banchero, coming to his right, off the Carter Jr. screen, steps back for a three. Can't get it to go. Why are we settling? What worked? What worked to get this lead in the first place? Attacking the basket. Let's get back to that. Ball bringing it down the other way. Hornets looking to continue to build momentum. Ball with the foul, almost one foot inside the foul line floater. Can't get it to go. Rebound knocked all the way out to Suggs. Suggs driving it down, steps back for a three. Why? But he got it to go down. That's why. There you go, Jalen Suggs. He had Desmond Bane as a trailer. He definitely could have shoveled it out to, but instead he's feeling confident. He let it fly and he knocked it down. 16-10. Why is my score up? Did they take? I think they called one of those threes a 2 earlier, or maybe that one was a 2. It's 16-10 here. Kalkbrenner has it up top, being guarded by Carter Jr. Hands it off to LaMelo Ball, being chased by Suggs. Suggs definitely digging in defensively here. A tough step back three for LaMelo. Well contested, can't get it to go, comes up short. Bane with the long rebound over to Banchero. Banchero bringing it down. Tries the Euro down the lane. Out to Wendell Carter Jr. is the trailer. A straightaway three. He's open, and he knocks it down from 3. And just like that, they're back up by 9 off back-to-back 3-point makes. Or maybe it was a 2-point make from Suggs. Either way, 19-10 here. Ball has it up top with Banchero switched onto him. Driving to his right, down the lane. Kicks it in the corner. Brandon Miller catches, pump fake, fly-by defense from Black. Sidestep three, can't get it to go. Bane does a good job knocking the rebound over to Banchero. Now we're pushing it down the other way. 9-point lead for the Magic, trying to give themselves a double-digit lead. Paolo Banchero putting his head down, attacking, lowering the shoulder. Wild kick-out pass. Wendell Carter Jr. wide open left corner three. He's got another one. And just like that, it's 22-10. Orlando said, forget the favorites. We're coming out looking to make the playoffs. Here comes LaMelo Ball bringing it down the other way, being guarded by Jalen Suggs. Ball dancing with it, looking for a foul. He doesn't get it, but a foul is called the other way on another side of the court. Looks like it's on Bane, and that could be his second there. PK said, LaMelo's still sleeping quickly. Crandon said Hornets going to live and die by the 3. Charlotte Hornets definitely live and die by the 3. I mean, they've had the two players who have made the most three-pointers in the NBA, LaMelo Ball, Con Knipple, 1 and 2. Or Con Knipple was 1, LaMelo Ball was 2. Either way, 1 and 2 in the league on the Charlotte Hornets. And both of those guys struggling out on the perimeter here during both of these play-in games so far. MEM said Paolo has to set the tempo, the vibe, the feeling of this game, the emotion, the energy. He's got to be the leader of this team. I think Franz Wagner, even if Franz Wagner ends up being the best player on this team, Paolo Banchero, to me, definitely feels like the leader of this team, and he needs to be. And he needs to step up as that. Kobe White is subbed into the game. He's going to see if he can bring some normalcy back into this one. Kobe White gets it over to Kalkbrenner up top, being guarded by Bataze, who subbed in for the Red Hot Carter Jr. No, Carter Jr.? No, yeah. Subs in for the Red Hot Carter Jr. Brandon Miller has it in the lane. Sees a triple team. Kicks it out to Sion James. And it's a shot clock violation. It's a shot clock violation. We have that on our bingo card. We'll update it. 5-star said, did we get bingo on Wednesday? We did not. We were a Kawhi Leonard 30-point game away from 2 bingos, but we did not get it. There's a shot clock violation there for the Hornets, and Jalen Suggs will bring it down. Coming to his left off a Banchero screen up top to Banchero. Hands it off to Anthony Black, putting his head down, attacking in the lane. Kicks it out to Banchero. Banchero in the paint, leaning in against Grant Williams. Stops, turns, spins, pivots, fall-away jumper. Got it to go. Again, I don't love the fall-away jumpers from Banchero, but as long as you knock him down, brother, I'm not going to have an issue with it. That's a 10-0 run for the Orlando Magic here. Up 24-10 with 4:13 to go here in this first quarter. Orlando taking it right to the Charlotte Hornets, having an absolute disaster of a first quarter here. Only 10 points with 4 minutes to go in this quarter. Kobe White has it up top, coming to his right, picks up his handle, swings it out. Sion James hesitates from 3, being guarded by De Silva, swings it out to Miller, ran off the line. Suggs jumped the passing lane. De Silva knocks it over to Suggs. Can he recover it? He can't. It goes out of bounds. It's going to stay here. Oh, no, it's a shot clock violation again? It's another shot clock violation. Orlando absolutely playing their butts off defensively. This is the identity that the Orlando Magic had last year that they have just absolutely lacked this year. Dialing it up defensively here against the Hornets, making them have to make extra passes, running them off the three-point line, recovering, rotating, helping the helper. Right now, all working out for the Atlanta Magic. It's not like it's not like they're having an explosive offensive quarter, although, you know, the threes that they've made have definitely helped. But they've held the Charlotte Hornets, the most explosive team in the NBA, offensive team in the NBA. As Banchero knocks down the 3 now, the most explosive offensive team in the NBA. They've held them to 10 points here, and we get a timeout for the Charlotte Hornets as the Orlando Magic go up by 17 points. Now, I'll say this. Orlando is hooping their butt off, but don't count out their Charlotte Hornets. I don't call them the most explosive offensive team in the NBA for nothing. LaMelo, Knipple, Miller, one of those guys, all it takes for one of them to get hot and for Orlando to go ice cold from the perimeter, which we know can definitely happen against them. Christian said, what's going on? Orlando getting off to a hot start. It's a long game. 17 points is a decent lead, but not a crazy, oh my goodness, I can't believe it type of lead. It's a very slow start for the Hornets. I think they'll lock in as the game goes on. This will go down to the wire. I'll tell you this. The reason why I'm pretty hyped about this, even though I told you guys I think I'd probably prefer the Hornets to win this game, the reason why I'm pretty hyped about this is because this tells me that the Hornets won't run away with this, or likely won't, right? And that was something I was a little bit worried about coming into tonight. The Fleece said I blame Philly. PK said, could you help the Hornets, please? They need you. I already said you're the real MVP, a true MVP, the authentic MVP. Appreciate you, PK. There's really nothing I can do. I could try and send them some energy, but right now they need more than energy. Tiz said Melo shooting from half court is wild. Suggs is an excellent point of attack defender. LaMelo already has the inclination that he likes to settle for these step back wild three-pointers. But, yeah. Bentley Burgoon, what's up, Bentley? I'm sorry, but the Magic are going to die in the second quarter. They very well could, brother. They very well could. I don't trust this Magic team overall, but I'll tell you what, the identity of this Magic team last year and what made them such an interesting team coming into the season before it started and what the expectations were was that they had the defensive identity and Bane was going to help them mold an offensive identity, right? Now, that did not happen, and they lost their defensive identity. But here tonight, it's very reminiscent of what made them a good basketball team, an intriguing basketball team last year. it's also, coming at the same time of the Hornets playing very bad basketball right now. Sunset said LaMelo does not value possessions, and that's a step in his progression that he's going to have to learn for sure. Preston Torrance, what's up, Preston? That's just Melo. He's been doing that since high school? For sure, brother, we know. MBM said Magic are not scared of the Hornets, but now they believe that they can win this game. I mean, listen, we covered a lot of regular season basketball games this year, obviously, right? So if there's anything we know is that a 17-point lead is not safe. Orlando's playing very well. They have 2 threes from Carter Jr. They just had a 3 from Banchero. They've had a 3 from Jalen Suggs. That's 4 threes so far in this first quarter. If they can continue to knock down perimeter shots, they will have this fighting chance against the Charlotte Hornets. Not a fighting chance. They will have their opportunities to win this game against the Charlotte Hornets. I think both teams are, everything the way it is, somewhat even, which is why they're in the play-in game to begin with. But the Charlotte Hornets are going to have their say in this game. They are going to knock down shots. They're going to be in here. Tycoon said, Banchero's tired of the haters. He might be. I love the way he started the game. I don't love how he's kind of settling back into a couple of jump shots here, because he could definitely get into the paint. It feels almost at will at times with his physicality and his size. But I love the way, for the most part, that he's played tonight. Just very aggressive. Very aggressive. Fortnite clips. What's up, Fortnite? Magic going Charlotte? We'll see. TT in the morning. What's up, TT? This is the moment the Magic have been waiting for all season. Show the world they're not a waste of money. We'll see. We'll see. Charlotte will bring it down here. Orlando applying some full court pressure. Okay, Orlando. Kobe White gets it over to Diabate, excuse me. Now they get over to Grant Williams up top, being guarded by Banchero. Grant Williams, ball knocked out of his hands. He picks it back up. Hands it off to Kobe White, coming to his right, driving it down in the paint. Scoop layup, gets swatted out of there by Goga Bitadze, and they got 0.8 on the clock, and they're on the verge of 3 shot clock violations in this first quarter, which, by the way, we got to update our board here. You guys got to remind me during the timeout breaks. Zane said, alopecia Suggs embracing the baldness. Diabate's got to heave it up there with the shot clock winding down. I don't think he got it off in time, or are they calling a foul? Wow, they're calling a foul on Tristan Da Silva there. Wow, could have been another defensive stop for the Magic, but instead the Hornets will get the ball back off a loose ball foul, off of the missed shot from Diabate there. They try to get it into Diabate. It was over his head, but he's able to recover it. Hands it off to Kobe White. Kobe White up top. Shot clock down to 10. Coming to his right off a screen. Driving it down against Bitadze in the lane. Scoop layup. Smokes it, looking for the foul, doesn't get it. Was focused on looking to draw the foul instead of making the layup, and he gets punished for it. Missing the layup very badly there. Banchero hands it off to Suggs. Pocket pass back to Banchero. Loses the handle on the ball. Trying to keep it alive. He does. Fakes the handoff. Keeps it. Picks up his handle now. Kicks it out to Anthony Black. Stops and pops the straightaway 3. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. And Diabate rips it away from Con Knipple. Here, his own teammate. Here comes Kobe White bringing it down the other way. White up top being chased by Anthony Black off a screen. Driving it down in the lane. Foul line. Pump fakes. Inside of Diabate. Couldn't handle the pass. Kicks it out to James. Sion James, a straightaway 3. And he knocks it down. Nothing but net. And boy, oh boy, did the Charlotte Hornets need to see a shot go down for their team. Here comes Jalen Suggs bringing it down with 2:30 to go in this first quarter. Suggs has it up top being guarded by James. Picks up his handle. Swings it over to Bitadze. Bitadze hands it off to Banchero. He's going to pump fake, drive to his left, put his head down, Euro in the paint, draws the foul, and gets the floater to go down for Paolo Banchero. And that's what I want to see. No need to settle. You're too big, you're too strong, you're too talented, and that's what makes it frustrating watching Banchero play. Because it feels like you can do that against almost any matchup in the league. And he's going to the foul line for one more after making the layup and drawing the foul. Villanette TV, what's up, Villanette? Checking in from the job. Salute, Sheffy, let's go Hornets. Yes, sir, brother, yes, sir. Appreciate you. Banchero knocks down his and one free throw, getting those 3 points right back that Sion James just knocked down. It's back to a 17-point lead, 30-13. 13 first quarter points here for the Hornets so far. Grant Williams gets it over to Diabate up top, being guarded by Bitadze. Diabate, jab step, hands it off, and they call an offensive foul on Grant Williams. And these off-ball screens by the Charlotte Hornets, they're getting hit. They're getting hit with these moving screen violations over and over and over again. It's killing their offense right now. Lewis, what's up, Lewis? Magic will win. I mean, they're on their way. They're on their way. Here comes Anthony Black bringing it down. Jamal Cain is in the game as well. We saw him against Philly. And now we have another foul? What's this? What's this? It's a foul on Sion James. An off-ball foul on Sion James. What do we got? What are we doing here? Sion James. I keep calling him Sion. Sion James. Justin 23 said Magic will choke. I do think that the Charlotte Hornets will be heard from in this game. I don't think a 17-point lead is safe against this Hornets team. They will come back, and I expect this to come down to the wire at this point. Bataze hands it off to De Silva. He pump fakes down the lane, steps through, throws up a floater. Got it to go down for Tristan De Silva. He got caught between a floater and a lob, but he got the floater to go down. It's a 19-point game, 1:45 to go. Kobe White up top, attacking to his right, down the lane, gets into the paint, kicks it out. Grant Williams, he's going to pump fake against Wagner, crosses over, up top to Sion James, swings it over to White. White in the right corner, and gets fouled by Tristan De Silva. Gets pushed out of bounds there. But the Orlando Magic are bringing it defensively here, and they're bringing it with the physicality. Charlotte not matching up. I don't know if Charlotte was complacent after feeling like, oh yeah, we beat Miami, Orlando's imploding, we're going to come out and just smoke them out of the gym. But Orlando's come out playing as if this game matters, as if this is a do-or-die game. And Charlotte so far has it. Now they're in the bonus, so Kobe White's at the foul line for 2 free throws here. And he knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Zane said, Magic coach still getting fired, though? I mean, he might get fired after the Magic. If the Magic win tonight, he could still get fired. And they could look to hire another coach to coach him for the playoff run. Who knows? Who knows? But he's definitely getting fired at the end of whatever playoff run the Magic have this season. Kobe White knocks down both free throws. Back to 17 it goes, 1:30 to go. Here comes Anthony Black bringing it down. They got Black, Franz Wagner, Desmond Bane subs back in, Bataze and Jamal Cain. Bataze hands it off to Wagner down the lane, kicks it over to Jamal Cain, little floater along the baseline. He got it to go down. Good movement for Jamal Cain and the Magic there. Something you don't normally say about their offense. Knipple up top, attacking Cain off the bounce, leans in, draws the foul, puts up the floater. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. I don't agree with that call, but Con Knipple goes right into Jamal Cain there, and he's going to send him to the foul line for 2 free throws. Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug Fresh? Hornets got a slow start. They did indeed. MBM. That would be disrespectful to fire before the playoffs end. It would be. And it was a joke. Zane said the Hornets definitely don't want the Pistons. I don't think they match up well against Pistons at all. As Con Knipple continues to struggle as he misses the first free throws, he's got one more coming. Fortnite said whoever loses is out of the playoffs. Whoever loses is out of the playoffs. That's it. They're gone. They don't get to compete in the playoff series. Loser goes home for good. Knipple missed the first free throw, but he does at least knock down the second free throw. It's an 18-point game. Anthony Black will bring it down. They get over to Franz Wagner. Franz Wagner will bring it down. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter, 34-16. Wagner coming to his left off a screen, gets it up top to Bataze. Bataze hands it off to Black. Black picks up his handle inside the Bataze in the paint against Diabate. Pump fake, goes up, layup, and the foul for Goga Bataze gives them the 20-point lead, and he'll go to the foul line for one more. My goodness. And here's the thing. That was another instance of Diabate getting caught under the rim against Bataze. Bataze, a 7-footer, maybe 6'11", but about 7 feet tall, right? Diabate just could not contain him. He's a big man. He muscled his way into the paint, carved out space, leaned back a little bit, and got the layup, and ultimately the foul on Diabate there as well. That's 2 fouls on Mo Diabate in this first quarter, which is going to end up hurting this Hornets team moving forward if he doesn't clean that up. Anthony Black and Con Knipple getting a little tied up. Nothing called, though. Here comes, as Bataze knocks down the N1 free throw, here comes Miles Bridges bringing the ball down. He has it up top, being guarded by Franz Wagner. Miles Bridges holding on to it. Gets it over to Kobe White. Kobe White swings through to his right off a double screen, driving it down to his right in the paint, leans in, pump fake, spins, loses the handle, picks it up, kicks it in the corner to Bridges, ran off the line by Franz Wagner, shoots the step back three, terrible, threw up a brick, hit the backboard and then the rim, and it came up well short. Franz Wagner picks up the rebound. The defense continues to be incredible here for Orlando, and Franz Wagner has it up top. Time winding down, they can hold it for what could be the final shot of the quarters. There's about a 3-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Wagner gets it over to Bataze. Bataze being guarded by Diabate, hands it off to Bane. Bane coming to his left, off the handoff, double step back over to Wagner. Wagner sets his feet, fires from three. He's got that hitch. He can't get it to go down. Rebound by Jamal Cain, gets fouled by Knippel. He's going to the foul line for two with 2 seconds to go. 3 seconds to go. My goodness, what a performance in this first quarter from the Orlando Magic. Only 16 first quarter points for the Hornets and 37 and counting here for the Magic. Jagged Terrier, what's up, Jagged? Real Art Manifest, what's up, Real Art? I know Charlotte Hornets are going to get hot in one of these quarters. I feel a tight game coming. I agree with you, Real Art. I agree with you. But I'll tell you this. I expect this to be around 15 at the end of the first, and the Magic are pushing it further. Could be 23 points at the end of the first quarter. And if the never mind, Jamal Cain misses the first free throw, not particularly close either. Joseph, the Hornets don't want to go to the next round. I think they do, man, but this is the process of a young team. Knippel has been absolutely disastrous in these two play-in games. LaMelo Ball showing his immaturity a little bit with a couple of these shots. We'll see if he can clean it up as the game goes on. Cain missed the first free throw, but he does knock down the second free throw at least. And here comes Miller bringing it down. Miller's going to heave it up from three-quarters court. Come up short. Not a bad look there at all. Pretty decent for Brandon Miller, but that's going to be the end of our first quarter. My goodness. My goodness. LaMelo Ball was 0 points, 0 for 4 from the field. 1 rebound, 1 assist. Knippel, 1 point, 0 for 2 from the field. Brandon Miller keeping them alive. He knocked down 2 threes in that quarter, but that's about it. Miles Bridges with 4 points on 2 for 5 shooting. Hasn't yet to hit a 3 here tonight. Diabate, 0 points, 3 boards, and an assist. George Pearson, what's up, George? Or Pearson, what's up, George? Zane said Magic gonna hire Walt Disney. Well, with the news of Walt Disney laying off all those people, I doubt it very much. All right, let's take a look at our bingo card here. What did we have in this first quarter? We almost had a 40-point quarter, but not from the Hornets. From the Orlando Magic, but we didn't. We had a 38-point quarter, so we could also pull up, make sure we have this on deck as well as the box scores. We'll go through it as the night goes on, obviously. Fortnite Clip, so we appreciate you. I appreciate you for hanging out with me here tonight. For the record, what's a for the record? Bye-bye, Charlotte. I wouldn't count them out so early. Obviously, the Orlando Magic are in the driver's seat here. 22-point comeback for the Hornets would be a disastrous end to the Orlando Magic season, but it's definitely on the table. I'll tell you that. What did we have in this quarter? We had we didn't have another jump ball. We didn't have any challenges. We did have we had multiple 24-second violations. I'll tell you that. Suggs 3 steals. I could take a look to see where we're standing with Jalen Suggs here in the steals. He has not credited with a steal. Wow, how is nobody credited with a steal for the Orlando Magic? Ton of shot clock violations, but no steals for the team. Nobody credited with a steal here. Okay. Anthony Black yet to score, but he has a rebound and 2 assists. See what he's got here as the game goes on. We didn't have a logo 3. LaMelo Ball, 15 three-point attempts. We'll see how that goes. We didn't have a travel called. Yeah. We didn't have 2 consecutive missed free throws. Jamal Cain teased us a little bit. We have Diabate for 4 offensive rebounds here on our bingo card. And so far tonight, he's got 1. Got 1 offensive rebound. Okay. We'll keep an eye on it. Nothing really happened there too much in the first quarter other than a 24-second violation. Multiple 24-second violations. So we'll just update our board with that. Oh, brother. PSD's bingo cards. Oh. There we go. Bingo cards there. Yeah, we'll update it with that, and we'll be good after the first quarter. MBM said, Charlotte is really going to come out firing away. If their defense doesn't step up, don't see a path. The path is knock down shots for the Charlotte Hornets team. Again, they have been the best shooting team in the regular season this year. If they don't knock down those shots, with the way the Orlando Magic are playing defense here today, it's going to be really tough for them to score otherwise. We've already seen Kobe White come to the game, and he has 2 points. He's 0 for 2 from the field. Both of his points coming from the foul line. So it's not looking great so far, to be honest, for any of these players. Brandon Miller leads them in points. He's got 6 points, but both of them came from the three-point line. And right now, they're just muscling them up in the paint. As a matter of fact, we can take a look real quick at the team stats. Tegnon Gambles, what's up, Tegnon? The points in the paint here. It is 4. This is the game. It's a good thing we looked it up. 4 to 24 points in the paint. Yeah, that ain't gonna help. That ain't gonna help. Here we go. That is the story of the game right there. Back into it, and they call another offensive foul on the Charlotte Hornets. Absolute disastrous outing offensively here for the Hornets, who I've been saying it all season. Especially second half of the season, and particularly during these play-in games, the most explosive offensive team in the league. And if their offense doesn't explode at some point here tonight, they're not going to be able to get back and make this one competitive. Franz Wagner up top, swings through to his right. Orlando doing a great job of taking advantage of all these offensive mistakes that the Magic are committing here. Jamal Cain in the lane draws a foul on Josh Green. Wow. A late foul call, but a foul nonetheless. I don't know if I agree with that call too much. Not a lot. I will say this. This doesn't feel like it's being officiated as if it's a playoff game right now. There is a little bit of a lot of hacking and whacking away. And I don't think either team is... Well, I think the Magic have, for the most part, adjusted to it. I don't think the Charlotte Hornets are adjusting whatsoever to the physicality of this game right now. Kane knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Knock it up to a 24-point game, man. We are approaching, like, too large of a lead for a full comeback to happen here for the Hornets very, very soon here. Lewis said, ball ready to pull down Banchero in a 30-play soon. My goodness. Kane knocks down both free throws, 40-16 here. What a start to the game for the Magic. Still a lot of time left, but starting to get dark early here. We got another off-ball foul. Man, these officials are not allowing them to grab and hold off ball here. Like I said, this does not feel like a playoff game right now with the amount of whistles that are flying. Rich Smith with the bridge. Magic look more disciplined. Hornets look chaotic. Yep. Absolutely. Very well said, Rich. Completely agree right now. The Magic look to be in their own heads right now. Not confident at all in what they want to do. And the physicality is clearly playing a factor into how they're playing right now. Con Knipple down the lane in the paint, puts up the little push shot. Got it to go over Anthony Black. There you go, Con. If they can get Con Knipple going, if they get anybody going, could help them get back into this one. It's only 22. 22 is a lot, but not impossible, especially with the amount of time still remaining in this game. Bataze hands it off to Bane. Bane kicks it out to Black. He's going to pump fake from 3, drive to his left, back out to Bane. Extra pass to Kane, catches, pump fake, jab step, and they call a travel on Jamal Cain. There you go. That's some defensive intensity from the Hornets there, forcing a travel. There's a travel, by the way. We'll update this during the next dead ball. There's a travel. Something up on the board. Zane said that score is crazy. 40-18 looks crazier than I think it is. 22-point lead in modern NBA is a big lead, but not insurmountable. LaMelo Ball gets it over to Con Knipple. Knipple coming to his left, off the Kalkbrenner screen. A pull-up 3 for Knipple. There you go, Con Knipple heating up. Down to 19 it goes. It's exactly what you want to see if you are a Hornets fan here tonight. You want to see Con Knipple break out of this slump. They hand it off to Wagner, down the lane, pulls it back off the handoff, over to Bane. Bane, a mid-range pull-up jumper, in and out, can't get it to stay. Battle for the rebound, Kane knocks it loose, and it's a loose ball foul, and the Magic holding on to Anthony Black. A loose ball foul, and the Hornets holding on to Anthony Black. My goodness. The Magic now out-hustling, now muscling them, particularly on the glass right now. For the record, Charlotte in a Magic spell right now, a little bit. Captain Mast. Slim's Lifestyle. What's up, Slims? Put up the scoreboard. Oh, appreciate you, Slims. Gotcha, brother, gotcha. Thank you for that. Franz Wagner has it in the post, being guarded by Knipple. Backing him down. Leans in, puts up the floater. Drew the foul. Gets the soft bounce as he gets the drop down. And Franz Wagner will go to the foul line for one more. Again, possibly getting those 3 points right back that Con Knipple got on the previous play. Just like that. Just like that. Franz Wagner going to the foul line for one more. And the Orlando Magic are just out hustling, out muscling, definitely out muscling this Hornets team right now. And this Hornets team, I think, drinking a little bit of their own Kool-Aid, thinking they were going to walk in here and just blow out the Magic. Wagner knocks down his and one free throw, giving them 3 points right back to the Magic. Here comes LaMelo Ball bringing it down. If there was any time for LaMelo Ball to prove he was an actual leader, it is here tonight to at least win, lose, or draw, mount a bit of a comeback for his team. They get it over to Miles Bridges, kicks it out to Knipple, extra pass, Josh Green, a right corner three, well contested, way off on that one. They get it over to Franz Wagner, bringing it down the other way, right side of the court. Full head of steam, driving it down against Bridges, runs right into him, puts up the floater, and it's a charge on Franz Wagner. Reckless play from Wagner, gets hit with the charge. Shante Thompson. What's up, Shante? Can we get players back on screen? I got you. I know I was late. If you guys ever see anything wrong with the screen or a little messed up, just let me know. I got you. We got it up there. A little late, but we got it. We're going to get a timeout here. Are we getting a challenge? Is that why we're getting a timeout? Weird time, I feel like, to have a timeout called with 9:46 to go here. But we get a timeout. Keith Modeste, what's up, Keith? Ready for the real playoffs? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think we're going to go for the 4-gamer tomorrow. Again, if there's any game we don't do, it might be the late night game of the Rockets and the Lakers, mostly because the Lakers are just missing everybody, with no Luka, no Reeves. But maybe. We'll see. Tiz said it is a challenge. Cool. We have challenges up on our board. Successful challenge or failed challenge. So either way, we'll get one of those. Jay Farrow said Melo hasn't scored yet. LaMelo Ball with 0 points, brother. 0 points, 0 for 4 from the field. He has not scored yet. Lewis said 76-32 halftime score would be crazy, considering that there's 9:48 to go, and for the Hornets to only score 12 more points for the remainder of the quarter would be insane. Villanette TV said, come on, Chevy, the Lakers are my team. Hey, man, no Luka, no Reeves. What you want me to do? Shante said, I love your commentary. Appreciate you, Shante. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. It is playoff season, man, so we are locked in and ready to go. I can't wait. I can't wait for tomorrow. Eric C said the Fakers are done. We'll see what we get tomorrow. Again, we've never done 4 games in a day. We've done 3. We've done triple headers, but even in doing the triple headers, we had a stoppage, a break in between 2 games. Right? Elalyn Gardigo, appreciate you, Elalyn. Thank you for the subscription. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Is this working yet? It's still not working. It's weird. The alert box is not working. I wonder why that is. I will have to mess with that after the stream tonight. Great, more work from me. Durson said, are you going to have no voice left after 4? That's literally something I am worried about. Thurston, because even doing these double headers, we did 2 double headers 2 nights in a row, so we did 4 games in 2 days. And you guys know the level of energy I bring to them. So I was ready to go. We were calling the game. I had the energy going. I was calling big time shots. Voice was getting up there. And in the mornings, man, the voice hurts. The throat hurts. It's nothing crazy. Just a little scratchy. It's just like, oh yeah, I was definitely going a little hard last night. So I'm going to try and pace myself. But again, tomorrow's slate, it's game after game after game after game. So I'm going to have some things prepared. Like I'm going to have a snack. Maybe just have like a sandwich on standby. Because I'm not going to be able to go 12 hours and bring the energy and not have something in my stomach at some point throughout the day. So I might make like 2 sandwiches or something, leave them on the side in the room, ready to go or something. I don't know. We got to figure something out though. I'll figure it out. MBM said, Red Bull hot lemon tea. I'm definitely not drinking Red Bull, brother. I'll tell you that. Durst and a ham. Maybe we might get what I call a Julius Randle. Ready to go. A ham sandwich on the side. Jasmine Anzano. What's up, Jasmine? Hornets are 20 points in Google. They have 21 points here. Here we go. We're back into it. Was that a challenge or not? I don't think it was. But now we have another offensive foul. How many offensive fouls are the Charlotte Hornets going to be getting tonight? My goodness. Ron McPaul, Chevy a ham sandwich daddy. Am I a ham sandwich? That would be crazy if I was that ham sandwich status. Salvador Chavez, what's up, Salvador? RR, SRNC, Arsenons? T may help. Yeah, we're going to have a T on standby. We're going to have some things. We're going to have some things on standby. We're going to try it. We're going to try it. Desmond Bain loses the handle. Knipple picks it up. Here we go. We're bringing it down the other way. Kobe White pushing the pace. Leaves it off for ball up top at the logo. Pump fakes. Go blowing past Kane. Down the lane. Kicks it out in the corner. Miles Bridges off the catch. A three. Comes up well short. Rebound to Anthony Black. Hit ahead to Franz Wagner. Pushing the other way. 9 minutes to go. Hit side to Kane in the paint. Layup got it to go. And the Magic, again, just out hustling now. Most of the game, they've been out muscling. Now just out hustling the Hornets here. And the Hornets seemingly losing a ton of confidence. Ball down the lane, throws up a floater. He got it to go down, but they're going to wave it off. They're going to say a foul on Anthony Black before the shot attempt. So side out of bounds still for the Hornets here. Reassurance. Gotcha, reassurance. There you go. Gotcha. Ronald McPaul said, you actually just need to eat. We will eat. We're going to have some stuff on standby, some drinks, some extra waters. My caffeinated choice of drink, but some tea. Tea might be all the caffeine we'll need. We'll see. We'll see as the game goes on. And then again, we might not do the late night game, but we'll see. Like I said, we'll see. It's a learning process. We've never done 4 games in sequence like that. And that's out of bounds. It's out of bounds off of the Magic. Okay. Magic, we're trying to advocate that it was up. Going to be another turnover out of bounds off of the Hornets, but they're going to give it back to the Hornets here. 45 after that layup from Kane. I forgot to give it to him. 45-21 here. Franz Wagner to the bench now. James McCants. What's up, James? I didn't see this coming. Did anyone else? I didn't see a 20-point Magic lead. No. I thought maybe the Magic could keep it close. Anthony Black blocks Kalkbrenner. But is this a foul? Or is this a shot clock violation? This is another shot clock violation. Anthony Black with a big old block in the paint against Kalkbrenner there. And the ball's going to go back to the Magic. My goodness, the defense has been incredible, but the offense has just been putrid from the Hornets here. Again, it just feels like there's a little bit of a sense that the Hornets thought they were going to come in and just beat this Magic team. They didn't come in thinking, oh, we have to stomp this out early. The Magic came in with that mentality. And they're taking it right to the Hornets here, who have not had an answer all night. Black down the lane, can't get the floater, but an offensive rebound to Carter Jr. in the paint, goes up, well contested, can't get the layup to go. No foul called. Kalkbrenner clears with the rebound. Here comes Kobe White. White pushing the pace, blowing past Wendell Carter, flips it up at the rim, draws a foul. He's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws, I assume, here. Christian Blake said, failed challenge and travel should be an X. Gotcha, Christian. As a matter of fact, we got 2 free throws here. We'll do it right now. So they did challenge it. The broadcast does a terrible job of identifying when they challenge and when they don't challenge, right? But is it side out of bounds or is it free throws? Rich Smith said game over. I wouldn't say that yet. We'll see what the halftime score is. If it's still a 20-point game by halftime, man. But I still wouldn't count him out, but still. Ball gets caught in the air, kicks it out. Grant Williams, a 3 on the pick and pop. Can't get it to go. Rebound to Jalen Suggs. Here comes Suggs. Home run pass to Anthony Black. A bad pass, turns it over. And now here comes Ball, hit ahead to Miller. Miller transition pull-up 3. He got it to go down. If there's anybody who can pull them back here tonight, it is indeed Brandon Miller, who is the only one capable of knocking down perimeter shots tonight. His 3rd of the game. He's 3 for 4 from 3-point range. And now up to 9 points. Banchero has it up top, attacking to his right, putting his head down, attacking, kicks it out to Suggs, a right corner 3, looking for a response. He can't get it to go. Anthony Black crashing the offensive glass, blown right past Kobe White there. Gets fouled on the putback attempt, and he's going to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Kwame Robertson, what's up, Kwame? He said, dang, I really like Charlotte. I wanted them to face Detroit. I put the blame on the Charlotte Hornets here, man. I put the blame on the Charlotte Hornets here. Crandon said, Charlotte look like they want to be in Cancun already. They do. I don't think that's an unfair description of their body language right now. Not everybody, obviously, but they don't look like a confident. They look like they're losing faith in themselves a little bit here. Now, I think they can pull themselves out of whatever miasma they're in, but man, not great. during the next timeout break, I know we got free throws now. During the next timeout break, you guys got to remind me to update the bingo card. Chris Shepard said coaching. Well, here's the thing, Chris. Coming into tonight, if we said who's the better coach and who has more command of their team, Charles Lee or Jamal Mosley, who has completely lost the locker room, we all would have said Charles Lee. And yet, it's gone the other way here tonight. So I wouldn't necessarily say coaching. Definitely the appearance of a young team. Just maybe got a little too full of themselves a little bit. I don't know. Now, game's not over yet. They're also not knocking down any perimeter shots outside of Brandon Miller. So there's also that. The best three-point shooting team in the league in the regular season, living and dying by the three here tonight and definitely dying. Ball has it up top, being chased by Suggs, coming to his right off a screen. They switch it. Ball dancing with it against Carter Jr., attacking to his left, down the lane, goes right into Suggs, and that's a charge. And that is indeed a charge. Went right into him. Suggs saw it all the way, slid in there, and drew it. And they're all going back to the Orlando Magic, and the defense continues to kill the Hornets here tonight. James said, the Hornets' youth and inexperience is showing. Very much so, James. I agree. Ron McPaul said, who's the best player on the Magic? Who does Ball need to trade? Probably Paolo. I mean, honestly, Jalen Suggs has hounded him all night long. If there's anybody he might want to get out of the game, it could be Suggs. But that got me off guard. Good comment. Suggs gets it over to Banchero. Banchero up top. 7 minutes to go. A little over 7 minutes to go. Gets it over to Suggs. Gets it over to Bain. Swing through to his left. And it's a foul on Brandon Miller. Grabbing and holding on to Wendell Carter Jr. there. And these refs are not allowing them to get away with any physicality. The grabbing, the holding, the little tug of the jersey or anything like that, they're calling it all. And they've been very consistent in calling it. And the Hornets have yet to make the adjustment. The Magic have made the adjustment in the way the game is being officiated. And the Hornets have not. And again, youth and inexperience, the way you guys have said it. Absolutely. Christian said Detroit basically have a bye now. Maybe. Or maybe this Magic team's going to figure it out. Who knows? Maybe all of the disappointment and the frustration and all of the talk about how their season is over and how terrible they look is going to allow them to come together as a team. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe it's one good night of basketball, and that's it. And that's all the Magic have on them. And one bad night of basketball for the Hornets here. But Spud Games, what's up, Spud? Loving the commentary, brother. Appreciate you, Spud. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight, man. Rich Smith said Suggs came face to face with LaMelo's ball. Oh, brother. Came face to face with LaMelo. And I'll leave it at that. MBM said basketball gods have spoken, or the NBA told the refs. I mean, here's the thing. The refs are officiating it the same both ways. Like I said, the Magic have made the adjustment as to the way the game is being officiated defensively. The Hornets are continuing to play defense physically with their hands and not sliding their feet enough. And they're getting hit with foul after foul after foul. Carter Jr. to the foul line because they're in the bonus. He splits the free throws, missed the first, made the second. It is 48-24, 24-point lead with under 7 minutes to go here in the second quarter as we approach the halfway point. Kobe White up top coming to his right off the Diabate screen. A step back three, throws up an air ball. Whew, maybe if the three-point shots aren't going down, guys. I know easier said than done, but Suggs up top, swings it over to Banchero. Jab step coming to his left. He's got a lane in the basket, goes up, scoop layup, got it to go. But it is another charge. This time, the Hornets able to draw it on Banchero. And the ball is going to go back to the Hornets here. Rose said the challenge on Grant Williams. The commentary did just bring up the failed challenge by the Magic. So they don't have a challenge the remainder of the game. Terrible time to use a challenge, by the way. When you're up 20-something, save it to the end in case there's a possible comeback. Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? How are you doing? I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. Con Knipple has it up top. Coming to his right, off the screen, snaking it back. Little fall-away jumper, comes up short, rebound to De Silva. And 6:20 to go here in this second quarter. Here comes Suggs. Suggs on the right wing. 24-point game, coming to his left, off the Carter Jr. screen. Slips it over to Carter Jr. in the paint. Muscles his way down low, gets the ball knocked out of his hands. Knipple dives onto it. He's got nowhere to go. Now they get it out to Diabate. Diabate gets it over to Kobe White. Kobe White bringing it down against Anthony Black. He's got a lane, swings through in the paint, kicks it out. Grant Williams, a right corner three. They need it, and he can't deliver it. A rebound by Carter Jr., a hit ahead from Suggs to Banchero for a two-handed slam as the Magic get out and run, and it is a 16-point lead, 50-24, and we get a timeout by the Charlotte Hornets. And instead of the Hornets building momentum in some way, keeping it hovering around 20, maybe possibly trying to get back into it, chipping away at the lead, they are absolutely faltering and going out sad right now. Now, still some time left in the game. It's not over yet, but this is not a good look. Charles Blair, what's up, Charles? They told Charlotte to lay down because they would have lost that game because of Bam. I mean, if that's what the league wanted, Charles, then why would they not just suspend LaMelo Ball like everybody wanted them to? Farm Boy TV, what's up, Farm Boy? Morning, Chevy. Magic plus 4.5. Magic money line 218 and a half over. We'll see. Anybody who took Orlando today definitely got him at pretty good odds. Sons Jen said justice for Belmonte. Could be the basketball gods looking down on the Charlotte Hornets here tonight, and they were like, "Ooh, stabbing away all your shooting powers here tonight. You're doing what you done." Rich Smith, Hornets getting stung, and they don't know how to handle it right now. Crandon said, "This is for Bam Adebayo." Sunset and Skylines. To totally be honest, I'm sad. MBM, it's sundown in Charlotte. Listen, guys, game not entirely over yet. It's looking unlikely and probably not. By the way, we got to update our bingo cards. You guys did not remind me like I asked you to. Not impossible, but highly improbable. I'm with you. But this is the most explosive offensive team in the league, man. It's hard for me to believe that the Hornets won't go on any semblance of a run here. They got to go on a run at some point, right? Doing too much. Update your bingo card. Appreciate it, brother. MBM said we're going to have plenty of time. True. We didn't have a jump ball. We did have a failed challenge. And we had something else, right? What did we have? What else did we have, guys? We had two things, didn't we? A travel? We did have a travel. That's what it was. We got a travel. Yeah. That's all we got so far. We had a failed challenge and travel. And we'll update there. Boom. Boom Pay said they're not coming back. Dirty players getting called out. Basketball gods not looking too kindly on the Charlotte Hornets here tonight. LaMelo Ball, by the way, 0 points. 0 points. 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 turnovers. Not good. Not good at all. Zane said unless Melo starts tripping. That's a double two. Y'all got bars in the chat tonight. I see you. Kobe White, by the way, he's, we glazed him a little bit in the pregame rundown. The best trade deadline acquisition by far. And while that's still probably true, Ayo Dosunmu may have something to say about that during the playoffs here with the Timberwolves. But Kobe White, you got to be the veteran. You got to be a veteran here. 2 points, 0 for 3 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. 0 boards, 0 assists. You're not giving him anything tonight, Kobe White, man. My goodness. Fear of the Deer said, Con is not trying today? I mean, when the defense gets ticked up, brother, this is why everybody's looking at Cooper Flagg, and they're like, hey, Con Knipple, this is what Cooper Flagg has been dealing with all season. Pretty difficult, huh? Jay Farrow, what's up, Jay? It's so unlike Melo to only have taken 4 shots. It's been absolutely hounding defense, and Anthony Black fouls Brandon Miller in the backcourt reaching in. It's been absolutely hounding defense by Jalen Suggs and Anthony Black today on LaMelo Ball, not giving him an inch, not giving him any space, and sticking with him step for step. That's why he's only taking 4 shots right now. They've done an excellent job of forcing the ball out of his hands and not allowing him to get it back. Doing too much that's karma for the Melo tripping. It might be, man. It might be. Basketball gods don't take too kindly to purposely injuring players. Here comes Brandon Miller bringing it down. Miller being guarded by Suggs. Get it over to Sion James. James gets it over to Diabate. Diabate being guarded by Carter Jr. Hands it off to Miller. Miller puts up the 3. Got it to go. Brandon Miller, the only guy who's got anything going here tonight. Also, let me get it back to here for you guys. There you go. Brandon Miller's got 4 threes tonight for 12 points, and the only guy really capable of knocking down perimeter shots for them tonight. Knipple also the other one who's knocked down a 3. He's got 1. They swing it out. De Silva pump fakes, takes the baseline. He throws up a floater. He can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Bridges rips it away. Here comes Miles Bridges pushing it the other way. Bridges picked up by De Silva behind the back, coming down the lane, leaves it off to James. James kicks it up top to Knipple, ran off the line by Suggs in the paint, gets caught in the air, kicks it out back out to Bridges. He pump fakes. He's going right into Carter Jr. He gets the layup to go. Nice strong drive for Miles Bridges there and a good finish. It's 21. Here comes the offense. Bane coming to his left, pulls it out. Desmond Bane has it up top, being guarded by Diabate. Pump fakes, gets it over to Banchero. Banchero on the left wing, and it is a foul on Sion James. It's a foul on Sion James. That's 2 more free throws for Wendell Carter Jr. here because they're in the bonus. 3 points. Kwame Robinson said it's probably better for Orlando to match up with Boston. They took 2 games during the regular season. Well, they can match up with Boston. The matchup will be against the Detroit Pistons. The only way Orlando can match up with Boston is if they win the first round, the second round, make a conference finals run, and the Boston Celtics would have to beat the Knicks. So, no way that the Orlando Magic can match up with Boston here this season. Tiz said, Coach told him to shoot that BS he did in the first 5 minutes. He's getting that con treatment. He's going to bench him the whole second half. Rich Smith said, your optimism for the Hornets is remarkable. I'm rooting for a good game. As Wendell Carter Jr. missed the first free throw, he's got 1 more coming. I'm rooting for a good game. And for that to happen, I need the Hornets to at least make it competitive. I don't care if they win or lose. I really don't. Doesn't affect my Knicks in any way or another. My favorite team. So either team could win. I don't really care. I'm just rooting for a good game. And to get a good game, I need the Charlotte Hornets to go on a run here. Miles Bridges has it, loses the handle. It's still loose. Carter Jr. picks it up over to Wagner. Wagner bringing it down, shoves it over to Banchero. Banchero in the paint, goes right into James. Layup, got it to go, and the foul. That's what I want to see from Paolo Banchero, baby. That's really what I want to see from Banchero. I actually kind of love it. He went right through the chest of Sion James there. Definitely could have been a charge. They gave him the blocking foul. They say he was still moving his feet, still sliding a little bit, was not set. I kind of disagree with it, but that's what I wanted to, even if they called it a charge, that's what I want to see from Paolo Banchero. Barrel your way into the paint. You're too big, you're too strong, you're too talented, you're too skilled. Number 1 overall pick for a reason. Stop settling for these jump shots. Take these little dudes in the paint and bully them. Now he misses the free throw, but he did get the basket to go down. It's back up to 24, 53-29, 4:18 to go in this second quarter, and Sion James bringing it down. He has it up top, being guarded by Bane. James dancing with it, coming to his right, off the Bridges screen. Now coming to his left with Banchero switching on to him. Over to Diabate, hands it off to Miller. Miller puts up another 3. He misses that one. Rebound to Banchero, pushing it the other way. Paolo Banchero, full head of steam, driving it down, leaves it off to Bane as the trailer. Coming to his left, leans into Knipple, throws up the floater, doesn't get it to go down. Good defense from Knipple, not fouling. Desmond Bane was definitely leaning in, looking for the foul. He didn't get it. Bane dribbles right into, Miller dribbles right into Bane. Bane gets the steal, hit ahead to Bane for the easy layup, and I don't know what Brandon Miller's plan was there, but he went right into Desmond Bane and got the ball taken out of his hands. Now here comes James bringing it down. Back up to 26. Any momentum being built by the Hornets there, completely sapped away. Knipple coming to his right off a screen, picks up his handle, he's got nowhere to go, swings it out to Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges picked up by Suggs, almost got the steal. Bane comes over, knocks it out of his hands. It's a loose ball. And Miles Bridges mucking it up with Desmond Bane there. He's annoyed and frustrated. That's going to be a foul, some kind of technical or flagrant on Miles Bridges there. And Desmond Bane smiling and laughing. And the Charlotte Hornets, I think that's the death nail in them there. I think that is the death nail. If there's any hope, as the Magic crowd are now on their feet, if there was any hope of the Charlotte Hornets pulling off tonight, it just died right there in that Miles Bridges play. Miles Bridges low-key kind of throws a punch at Desmond Bane while he's laying on the floor. It's kind of like mushes him with his fist closed. It's low-key a punch from Miles Bridges. Surprised they aren't looking at it more. I mean, Desmond Bane did the correct thing. He didn't look to grab him. He didn't look to escalate it in any way. And it's an official review. This is going to be an interesting call. I think they'll leave it at a flagrant 1, maybe a technical. It is a hostile act. He low-key throws a punch. The replay I saw, it looked like he threw a punch. They could eject Miles Bridges out of here. So Bane and Bridges get tied up. And then Bane with the left hand kind of throws a punch. It's a little soft punch. It's not like he really follows through with it, but it's definitely a frustration kind of swing thing. Just like when a petulant child gets upset. We all know Miles Bridges got a history of this. They could just decide to get him out of this game. Yep. Zane said Bane's trying to play dodgeball again. I mean, to be fair, that's a Miles Bridges issue, not a Desmond Bane issue. Desmond Bane he honestly did the correct thing. He didn't escalate it. He didn't say anything. He didn't respond back. He just looked at the official with his hands up in the air with a smile on his face, and he's like, do something about that. Yep. Suns Jen said, and if we're lucky, we won't be watching a repeat of this drama in the next game. If we're lucky. If we're lucky. Greg Williams said that home court advantage is something. Is something. Now, I'll tell you this. Orlando has never really been known for having like a great home court advantage. So I wouldn't necessarily use that as an excuse for this Hornets team that has just laid an egg here tonight. My goodness. What an upset. This is why I love basketball, man. This is why I love basketball. We all had, me included, I talked about it in the pregame, we all had the Charlotte Hornets winning tonight. And I don't see any way they make this comeback unless they just catch fire from three. Is obviously always a chance, but it's a 26-point deficit. They could absolutely, I think, with their 100% within their right now, with the play that just happened to get Miles Bridges out of this game, even if he remains in with a technical or a flagrant or whatever they rule here, this is free throws and the ball, likely. My goodness. Durson said, got Magic and Suns in my parlay. Not bad. The two underdogs. I don't know if the Suns were underdogs, but I know everybody loves Steph Curry and the Warriors Magic. But this is why the play-in is such a fascinating thing, because all it takes is either one poor performance or one good performance, and an upset could happen, because all it takes is one game, right? And if you're a team that lives and dies by the three, like the Charlotte Hornets have been this season, you know, it could absolutely result in an upset. NBM said, thought Charlotte was just a good story. I did too, but I definitely thought they were good enough to make the playoffs. You know, I didn't think they were going to make any serious noise in the playoffs. I thought whether they made the 7th seed or the 8th seed, I thought they were going to get smoked by Boston or Detroit. Definitely didn't see them going down against the Orlando Magic in a play-in situation, I'll tell you that. Zane said, Suns going supernova. Stop it. Suns Jen said, I keep hoping Melo will start adulting. I don't know if we'll see that anytime soon in his career. He definitely took a step forward this season in terms of his maturity on and off the court, but it's always going to be a part of him because that's just his personality. He's a pretty immature person who comes from privilege and has stayed privileged, and there's nothing wrong with that, but you could tell the immaturity in a situation where you need a leader. Grant Williams is, I'm watching it right now, Grant Williams is leading the huddle. You know? Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, young guys. LaMelo also a young guy, but also the best player on the team and the longest tenured player on the team. The Dog Catcher said, look for Miles Bridges on the undercard of SummerSlam in 2026. Tiz said, I told you, said Hornets -3.5 started the stream. What happened? One of the most unpredictable outcomes here tonight is the Orlando Magic figuring it out and running the Hornets out of the building tonight. My goodness. This is a very long official review. My goodness. James said LaMelo on a donut is wild. 0 points for LaMelo Ball is crazy so far here. Technical foul. So 2 free throws for Bane because he was fouled by Bridges. Technical foul on Miles Bridges. So that's 2 free throws for Bane. The Magic will be allowed any one person to shoot another free throw. I assume they just have Bane shoot all 3. He's a very good free throw shooter. So that's 3 points here. can put them by 29? Bane knocks down the first one. Got 2 more coming. What an outcome here tonight. An absolute blowout. Snotty guy, what's up, Snotty? Don't eject Bridges. Well, they didn't. They did not. Zane said, Bane looking like the master. MBM said, that's it? Wow. Yep, that's it. That's it. I agree. Like, that's it. It's a pretty crazy outcome. I agree. I definitely think that was an ejectionable offense, but they did not. They're going to keep him in the game. Bane knocks down all 3 free throws, and it is a 29-point beatdown. And I don't think we see a 29-point comeback. Maybe the Hornets can make it interesting without it ever really being in doubt, but you got to make it more respectable than this, man. Got to make it more respectable than this. And honestly, this is overall an embarrassment of a game. Beer battered gummy shark. What's up, beer battered? What the heck? Magic are up. Is Banchero sitting out? No. He needed to be benched against the Sixers. Banchero has been playing excellent tonight. As a matter of fact, 7 for 9 from the field, 16 points, 2 boards, 4 assists. I think he's been phenomenal tonight. He's been by far the best player on the court. As the off-ball foul was called with Grant Williams at the foul line for 2 here because both teams are now in the bonus, and he misses the first free throw. He misses the first free throw. If he misses one more free throw, we get 2 consecutive missed free throws. Grant Williams does knock down the second free throw at least. At least the Hornets got 30 points in the first half here, 58-30. 3 minutes to go. Here comes Suggs. Gets it over to Banchero. Banchero back to Suggs. Right wing 3 for Jalen Suggs. He got it to go down. 30-point lead. 31-point lead for the Orlando Magic here. Absolute disgusting performance from the Hornets here tonight, who have no answers for anything. Ron said, Ronald McPaul, preseason, everyone thought the Suns Hornets would be horrible. I don't think everybody thought the Suns would be horrible. Hornets also, I think people thought were going to be, and that's a technical foul. What was the technical foul? Free throw for Knipple there. We already had technical foul in this game, right? No. Do we have technical foul in our bingo card? We don't. And I didn't put technical foul in here? We have challenges. Yeah, no technical foul. Wow. Normally do have that. Normally do. I don't think people thought the Suns and Hornets would be horrible. Their over-unders weren't bad, and a lot of people thought overs, particularly for the Hornets here this season. And another turnover, another steal. Franz throws the lob up top to Suggs, and it's a party down there in Orlando, man. It's a party in Orlando. This is vintage Orlando basketball. This is the Orlando team we thought we would see this season. At least in spurts, and we haven't gotten it at all. Knipple, a pump fake, a sidestep 3, comes up short, rebound to Suggs, home run pass to Bane, catches it on the run against James to the basket, layup, got it to go, and they're just pouring it on now. They're not taking them lightly. They're not gonna just let up. This is not a regular season game. This is do or die. They're gonna push this up to 40, 50, 60, whatever they need to do to ensure that they win this basketball game. I don't know what the largest comeback in NBA history is, but I tell you what, it ain't happening here tonight. Knipple sneaks his way into the lane for the layup. Right? A 34-point comeback ain't happening tonight, I'll tell you that. This one is all but over, but the final score. Delay a game technical. Thank you, Christian. So Banchero has it up top. Gets it over to Suggs, come back door. Suggs in the lane, slips and falls, saves it out to Banchero. He'll put up the straightaway 3. He's feeling it tonight, but he comes up short. Rebound to Knipple. Knipple hit ahead to James. James hit ahead to Bridges. Bridges in the mid-post being guarded by Franz Wagner. Coming to his left, spins to his right, puts up the little floater. In and out, can't get it to stay. Rebound by Carter Jr., and they'll get it over to Suggs, and he'll walk it down. 65-33. Suggs will just push it and put up the 3. Oh, my goodness, Jalen Suggs. He said, we ain't resting on our laurels. We ain't resting on our laurels. We're going to push this lead up as large as possible, and we ain't looking back. 35-point beat down for the Orlando Magic here right now. This is an insane outcome. Even if you thought the Hornets could have gone blown out here tonight, I don't think anybody thought they would be up by 35. Knipple gets it over to Miller, cut into the rim, layup, gets chased down, blocked, it looked like by Suggs. And now here comes Banchero pushing the other way. This is the Jalen Suggs that is, in my estimation, the most important player for the Atlanta Magic. Suggs, a transition as the trailer for a three, throws up an air ball. And that's the thing with Jalen Suggs. Very inconsistent from three. We got 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Suggs got a big old smile on his face. He was definitely feeling it. Knocked down the three, had the transition alley-oop dunk, got the chase down block. Feeling himself a little bit as the trail three threw up an air ball. Sugar Dad said, Zane, where's LaMelo not doing anything tonight? Beer Batter said, has it wiped that smile off LaMelo Ball's face? LaMelo Ball was 0 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 3 fouls, 2 turnovers here tonight. Absolutely horrendous game for LaMelo Ball. Just completely invisible. Completely. James said, the Magic money line is minus 1,000. Really? Chaos Kid, what's up, Chaos Kid? He said, boring game? I don't know if it's boring. I'm having a blast. LaMelo Ball to the lane. He finally got a layup to go down. His first basket of the night, his first points of the night. 33-point game with 30 seconds to go. I know my timer's behind, but we got 25 seconds to go now. Franz Wagner has it up top. But it's all right, because this game is pretty much all but over now. Wagner down the lane, tries a terrible pass. Tried to sneak it down low to Banchero, who's being guarded by 2 defenders. Kobe White kicks it out to LaMelo Ball up top. Why are we holding for the final shot? All right. I mean, I get why we're holding it for the final shot, but you were in transition. You got to go and try and get an easy one, Bunk. LaMelo Ball to the lane, gets swatted out of bounds by Carter Jr. And it definitely has the air of the Orlando Magic playing as if this is an elimination game, and the Charlotte Hornets not. Chaos Kid, 1, 2, 3, Cancun, absolutely. Absolutely. Sugar said, I got him for 5 assists. As long as he's not injured, I'm good. Not injured, just not playing well. LaMelo Ball is going to inbound it. Gets it into Diabate, a jumper at the buzzer, and he got it to go down. So it's going to be 37-68 at halftime. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. MBM said, well, get off my lawn and exit the playoffs. All right, let's give our shout-out to our guy. We have 2 shout-outs remaining, right? We have 2 shout-outs remaining, so we were doing it only for the regular season. We extended it into the play-in because it's not the playoffs yet. But shout out our guy over at Get Off My Lawn Records here at halftime. Sponsors our halftime rundown here. You can go to their website, getoffmylawnrecords.com, and check out their music, the Jazz Destroyers, or check out any of their representative artists as well. You can also go to their YouTube channel, Get Off My Lawn Records, as well as the Jazz Destroyers. They're working on dropping new music pretty soon. So you can go ahead and sign up for their mailing list over on their website to get notified whenever they themselves or any of their featured artists drop new music. They were also generous enough to give us a discount code over at Bandcamp.com. Use promo code Sheppy to get 20% off site-wide over at Bandcamp.com. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you guys, as always. Captain Mass said, the Hornets had a good season. Open my eyes to them. Next year, be that much better. Yep. Creighton said, get those Hornets off my lawn. Absolutely. Carson said, I'm a Timberwolves fan now. I mean, any Hornets fans in the chat, you're going to have to find the new playoff team to follow because it ain't going to be the Hornets. They ain't going to be in the playoffs. Tell you that. 37-38 is pretty insane. Before we go, because this game is pretty much over, before we really break down what went wrong with the Charlotte Hornets here in this first half, let's take a look at our bingo card here. What do we got going on? No 4-point play. No players have fouled out yet. That's still on the board. Anthony Black with 15, 3, and 3. I mean, he could definitely get that in the second half. That is meaningless, but he's got 2, 3, and 2. So he needs 1 more assist and 13 more points. Could happen. We'll see. Miller for 30 points. I mean, that could happen, I guess. He's got 12. He's their leading scorer with 12. Kniple's got 9. Okay. Probably not. Probably won't play much in the fourth quarter if this continues to be a 30-point game, but we'll see. AG, what's up, AG? Don't be surprised if the Hornets get back into this game in the third. Orlando plays their worst game in the third quarter. Maybe, brother. Maybe. I'll tell you this, man. I don't expect a 31-point comeback. It's not impossible. It's not impossible, AG. And if they get this down to like 12 or 10, I can definitely sense the Orlando Magic tighten up down the stretch there. But the way the game has gone, it doesn't seem like the Charlotte Hornets have any kind of confidence, man. So we'll see. We'll see. Fear the Deer said, can Suggs... Jalen Suggs dunk of the game. He did have the dunk of the game. I mean, he had the alley-oop dunk in transition there, so for sure. Carson said, hope your Knicks win tomorrow. Me too. Me too. MBM said, coach is losing his mind in the locker room. I don't know. I don't think the way I would approach this, if I was Charles Lee, if I was the coach of the Charlotte Hornets, right? The way I would approach this is not with anger and not screaming and nothing like that. The way I would approach this is I would utilize the disappointed parent move, right? I would just be like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I thought you guys had that dog in you. I thought you guys knew what was on the line. I didn't expect you guys to come out and lay over like this, right? That's the course I would take. That's the halftime. That's the vibe of the halftime speech I would give. AG said they gave up 40 in the third the last time they played the Hornets in the regular season. It's the regular season, brother. It's the regular season. They weren't down by 31 points at the end of the first half. Completely different vibe in this game, brother. Scomberg said, I mean, it looks bad, but I've seen some miraculous things happen before. Hornets do have 3-point scores. Yeah, the only way they can make this possible is if they just get hot from three. They're dying by the 3-point shot right now. They're not getting anything inside the paint. Suggs 3 steals I have. Does Suggs have 3 steals yet? Jalen Suggs has 0 steals. All right. Okay. Scomberg said, if I was the coach, I'd say one thing only. Go out there and make history. Yeah, I'd end it there. But I definitely wouldn't go in and be the screaming, angry, losing my mind coach. Because the Hornets, you already know, right? You don't need to be yelled at. You don't need to be woken up. You just, I'd go in there and I'd be like, wow, I thought you guys were better than this. I thought you guys had that dog in you. You didn't fight this hard at the end of the regular season just to get to a point to lay over. History happens all the time. You want to be a part of history. It's your time to make it happen. Right? That's the general air that I would have in my halftime speech. They're capable. They have the players to do so. Kobe White can get hot in a hurry. We know LaMelo Ball can. We know Con Knipple can. Brandon Miller has been the only guy who can knock down perimeter shots tonight. But here's the thing. Let's look at Miles Bridges real quick and his shooting performance here tonight. Miles Bridges tonight has 6 points on 3 for 8 shooting, 0 for 4 from 3. He knocked down a bunch of threes, particularly to start the game in that first half against the Miami Heat the other night. And here tonight, he can't knock down anything. Now, I think they played better defense on him. They've at least contested his 3-point shots, which he's not a good 3-point shot shooter when contested. He's an okay 3-point shooter when open, but not a good contested 3-point shooter. And the Magic have done a good job of closing his airspace and at least making them contested. But this is the issue. This is one of their weaker links in the starting lineup, is their front court. Diabate, Bridges not bringing it tonight. They have given them 0 offense and 0 ability to get open because they've been setting moving screens all night and the officials are making that call. It's been tough. It's been tough for these guys to get open. And the perimeter players like Con Knipple, Brandon Miller, and to a lesser extent, but even LaMelo Ball, aren't great creators in a one-on-one situation, right? None of those guys are give me the ball. Maybe LaMelo a little bit. But LaMelo is very chaotic in the shots he takes and the shots he settles for. But all 3 of those guys, I wouldn't feel comfortable giving them the ball and getting out of their way and being like, yeah, go create something. Go make something happen. Right? LaMelo a little bit. He can do it to an extent. But if you have a good defender on him, which if he's got Jalen Suggs on him, I don't feel comfortable in that situation, right? So if they're not able to get open with off-ball screening, Con Knipple, LaMelo Ball, and Brandon Miller are going to struggle for the most part. I mean, Brandon Miller, he's got 12 points on 4 for 7 from the field. 6 of them are from 3. He's launching them up there, which is, fine. Mark, what's up, Mark? Said, what is happening? We don't know. We're trying to figure it out here. We're going through the box scores now, Mark. You just got home. All right, let me fill you in on how the game started. So the game started, and Orlando came out, their hair on fire, acting as if this was a do-or-die game. And I think the Charlotte Hornets came out feeling like, oh, yeah, well, we'll come out, we'll beat the Magic tonight. We're the favored, we're the darlings of the NBA. And I think they got a little ahead of themselves. I think they were drinking their own Kool-Aid a little bit. Just a little bit. And now they find themselves down by 31 at halftime. Orlando did not let up at all. And here's the thing about the Orlando Magic as well. And we talked about this earlier in the game, obviously, but The Orlando Magic have this, they had last season this identity of being a lockdown defensive team and a muck it up, grimy, down and dirty defensive team that nobody wanted to play, and they made it super physical and whatnot. They just beat you up physically, particularly in the paint and out on the perimeter with their defenders. And they lost that identity this year for whatever reason. They just have not been that team at all. And this game, they're showing it. This is very reminiscent of the defense that Orlando was able to put together last year, that they haven't been able to put together this year. And for whatever reason, maybe it took an elimination game, maybe it took a loss to the 76ers to realize, listen, if we don't win this game, our season's done. I don't think anybody wants to see their season over. And Orlando's treating it that way, while Charlotte is treating it as, we've had such this awesome season. Everybody's talking so highly about us. We'll come in, we'll beat the Magic. And they got smacked in the mouth early, and they haven't been able to respond. Static time said LaMelo looks like he's playing blind a little bit. Only 2 points, BK. Only 2 points for LaMelo Ball. 2 points on 1 for 6 shooting is pretty horrendous. Crandon said Hornets playing like a spoiled brat that finally gets humbled. A little bit. We've talked about the Hornets living by the three this season, the best three-point shooting team in the league. They got a ton of them up. Showtime, what's up, Showtime? I won't be surprised if the Dubs win big in Phoenix, also as they have way more playoff experience and a better defense. Do they have a better defense? They have the ability to have a better defense, particularly in a do-or-die situation with Draymond Green showing that level of defense the other night. But this is also a veteran-laden team. We'll see. Porzingis is getting up there in age, and we know he has the injury history. Mark said, how's the Con artist doing? Not great, but not terrible either, Mark. I can show you the box score here for Con. He's their second leading scorer with 9. He's 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. So he's at least knocked down a couple of shots. He's 2 for 3 from the foul line. The guy letting them down tonight is LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges, Diabate, and their bench is giving them nothing. 2 points for Kobe White, 1 point for Grant Williams. That's it. CEO King said Hornets going back to the nest tonight. Very much so. So 3-point shooting tonight. Charlotte Hornets 6 for 21. 4 of them from one player. 4 of them from Brandon Miller. And the Orlando Magic 5 for 13. So the Hornets, bad shooting night again, but also it's not like the Magic have gotten red hot from 3-point range. That's how they're up by 30. They've killed them in the free throw game. 17 attempts to 7. 13 made to 5 made. Lucky Lucci, what's up, Lucky? Whole team letting down period. I mean, yeah, you don't go down by 31 and be like, oh, yeah, there's one guy's the reason. It's everybody. Nobody helped out. Brandon Miller made a couple of shots, but for the most part, been pretty ineffective and haven't even felt them defensively here tonight. The free throw shooting is killing them. The rebounding game is killing them, 24-12. But also, the points in the paint is really the backbreaker here. 38-12 points in the paint. The Hornets can't knock down many perimeter shots, and they can't get anything in the paint, particularly because they don't really have on-ball drivers. Kobe White's one of them. LaMelo can be one of them, and neither one of those guys are capable of beating the perimeter players on Orlando off the bounce. And even when they do, not able to finish over the bigs that Orlando's been putting out there tonight, whether it's Wendell Carter Jr. or it's Goga Batadze, or even if it's Paolo Banchero down there. Foong Pei said, look out, Chevy, 500 internal server error. Yeah, for some reason, this is the alerts, right? So whenever somebody subscribes or gives a super chat or anything like that, I don't know why. I'm going to have to go to the website and fix that after the stream, but that is not working right now. Lucky said, they gave up 60-plus points in the paint to the Heat. They did, but they were able to overcome that. They are not a very big interior team. And that was also why that was a very close game, despite there was no Bam Adebayo. They gave up all those points in the paint, right? Like, they should have lost that game to Miami. They should have. They made a couple of crazy, ridiculous plays down the stretch to win it. So they should have lost that game. But they were also able to survive that with some of the three-point makes that they had, particularly down the stretch there. Crandon said, Wolves and Knicks in 6? At worst. Wolves, I mean, you're playing the Nuggets, so You take 6. But the Knicks versus Hawks, Knicks in 6 at worst, I should say. At worst. Should be Knicks in 5. Should be Knicks in 4. Just that said, Stream Elements is kind of pain in the butt as well. It's all kind of a pain in the butt. Stream Elements, Stream Labs, all of it. All of it is a pain in the butt. The Flea said, what's Kobe up to? Nothing. Nothing. He's eating a hamburger over there on the bench. 2 points on 0 for 3 shooting. All of his points coming from the foul line. 0 for 1 from three-point range. Nothing else. He's done diddly squat here tonight. Not a single thing for Kobe White. Came into the game for 9 minutes and didn't do anything. That's what he did. They even threw Josh Green out there for 3 minutes looking for an energy and effort guy. He didn't do anything either. Missed the corner 3 badly. Lemon pound cake with the lemon. Manuel Mercado said, my goodness, stop this massacre. Throw in the towel. Throw in the towel, man. And even looking deep into the bench, I don't know who you can go to here. You just got to hope one of your guys brings you something. I don't trust Silman, Salon, Connaughton, Mann, McNeely. You kind of just got to rock with what you got and hopefully these guys bring it in the second half and at least make this thing interesting. At least make it respectable. Ron said, what is going on? We're trying to figure it out too, brother. We watched it from tip and we're trying to figure it out too. As far as the Magic goes, like what's gone right for the Magic, like I said, they've dominated the paint, but Paolo Banchero putting his head down, not settling for as many pull-up jump shots here tonight has been the way, And part of the reason for that is because the Charlotte Hornets are not that big. They're not that big, and Paolo Banchero has recognized it. He recognized maybe the error of his ways against Philly and decided, I'm going to put my head down and get to the basket. 7 for 10 from the field, 1 for 3 from three-point range, 16 points for him, 3 boards, 5 assists. I think he's been utterly fantastic. Only 1 turnover. 1 steal, 1 block. I think he's been utterly fantastic here tonight. Franz Wagner, he's got 5 points, 3 boards, 4 assists. He hasn't been nearly as good production-wise as Paolo Banchero, but I thought his size was good. I thought he made good decisions, but his defense continues to be really solid. He helped nicely on the glass. He's done a good job of boxing out. He's done some of the little things. Again, we understand that he's likely very hampered coming off of the ankle injury, but doing the small things to help elevate Paolo Banchero's game here tonight, as well as Jalen Suggs, who's been utterly fantastic as well. 2 for 5 from 3 could be slightly better, but 5 for 8 from the field overall. All of his missed shots coming from three-point range, but 5 boards, 4 assists. He does have the 2 turnovers, but a block. He has multiple deflections here tonight. Desmond Bane has only taken 1 to 3 for 9 points. 3% from the field. It's not like he's having an explosive night. Wendell Carter Jr., 2 for 2 from 3, 4 for 5 from the field, 4 boards. 2 of them being offensive. I thought he did a really good job of muscling Diabate down low and at least making it somewhat interesting. Off the bench, he got 7 points from Jamal Cain, 2 from De Silva, 3 from Bitadze on an and 1, 2 from Anthony Black. Like, at least they're getting production right now. We're going to start the second half here and see if Charlotte's got any kind of an answer. Any answer. Any answer would be nice, Charlotte. Ball kicks it up top to Bridges. He's going to pump fake, come to his right, pulls it back out. He's got Suggs on him in the post, stop, half spin, fall away baseline jumper. Got it to go for Miles Bridges there. Here we go. 29-point game. All right, they got it under 30. Big time shot for Miles Bridges to get it under 30. Wagner bringing it down off the Banchero screen, over to Suggs, back to Wagner. Wagner being guarded by Knipple, blowing past him, in the lane, throws a tough floater, got it to go down, and the foul. Just muscling his way into paint against Con Knipple. Nothing Con Knipple could do there. Wagner will go to the foul line for one more. My goodness. Jenny Balasoto, what's up, Jenny? Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Thank you for that subscription. I wish my alerts were working, but for some reason they're not. Fear the Deer said Tajon Salon can shoot. So can Brandon Miller, so can Melo Ball, so can Con Knipple. I definitely don't expect to throw a cold Tajon Salon in there and expect him to start knocking down some shots in a do-or-die game with all this pressure. Down 32 points now. That's not something I would do, but honestly, you're not wrong for trying anything at this point. They kick it out to Knipple, who pump fakes. He's going to step back for the straightaway 3. He's going to miss it. Wagner does a good job knocking the rebound away. Carter Jr. picks it up. Here comes Banchero. Banchero up top, swings it over to Carter Jr. Left wing. He's going to pump fake. Gets it back to Banchero. Banchero up top being guarded by Bridges. He's going to put up the straightaway 3. He's going to come up short. Why are we settling for 3s, Paolo? Why are we settling for 3s? Here comes a ball coming to his left off the Diabate screen. Suggs chasing him down the lane. Foul line, floater. Too strong, can't get it to go. And they call a foul on the floor. No shot attempt. Foul on the floor. Is that foul on Suggs? Zane said Bridges seems miles away from this game. Zane just throwing bars in the chat tonight. Skonberg said Hornets' body language is horrible right now. All their body languages are not very good. They all seem kind of out of it. They all seem like they've lost faith that a comeback is possible. But that's what happens when you go down 30 plus. 30-point comebacks don't really happen. I could look up what's the largest comeback in NBA history. I think it might be like 34 or something. But it's definitely not happening in this play-in game. LaMelo ball falling out of bounds, heaves it up at the rim with the shot clock winding down and throws up an air ball. It's out of bounds off of the Magic, but they got 0.7 on the clock to come up with an answer. Zane said, trying to bring the energy for our Knicks playoffs. Forgive me, Shep. Nah, you're good. You're good. I love it. I really do. Ball, gets it in. A half-court shot from Miles Bridges. He knocks it down. He knocked it down. Half-court shot from Miles Bridges. The decision to inbound it with 0.7 on the clock was LaMelo getting into Miles Bridges at the half-court line. He heaved it up there, and he got it to go down. But Wagner down the lane, draws the foul. He's going to the foul number 2. And this is looking very reminiscent of the Franz Wagner before the injury. He's really attacking off the bounce right now. My goodness. MBM said we have witty listeners and subscribers, and I love y'all. I really do. I love the community we're building. I love how active you guys are. Joe's dad said, why is Wagner in? Because it's the third quarter of a do-or-die game. The last thing you want is going into the fourth quarter in like a 15-point game. That's why. This is not a regular season game. You're not saving these guys for, oh, yeah, we got to get through. No, this is do or die. This is 40 minutes a night. I don't care if we're up 30, 40. We could be up 50 points. I still want my starters in there for the majority of the third quarter. We'll sit you in the fourth. Wagner knocks down both free throws. Back to 31 it goes. 10-10 to go. Ball has it up top, being guarded by Suggs. They get over to Bridges, over the top past the ball. Ball on the right wing. He's going to pump fake, sidestep. He's got the open three. Ball knocks it down. Three starting to go down. That's 2 threes now in this quarter to start the third for the Charlotte Hornets here. And they cut it to 28. All right, big time shot for Ball to cut it to 28. But clearly building a little bit of momentum offensively. Banchero down to Wagner, who gets blocked out of bounds by Diabate. Good recovery from Diabate. Okay. Couple of momentous plays here. But can you translate it to stops and scores entirely? Ball out of bounds. It's going to still stay here with the Magic. Tiz said, does that count as a logo? That does. That does. Very much so. That was legitimately a logo shot from Miles Bridges. Absolutely. Good call. Good call, Tiz. Banchero down the lane. Puts it up off glass. Can't get it to go. Suggs tips it up and in. It's not going to count because they call the foul on the Banchero drive. He's going to the foul line for 2. My goodness. MEM said stages of a comeback. I mean, I guess. Four layers of a comeback. 4 stages of a comeback. However we want to phrase it. Cut it to single digits. Cut it to a single possession. Take the lead. Win the game. But we're not even under 20. So we could add a 5th layer to it. Get it under 20. Get it under 10. Get it to a single possession. Take the lead. Win the game. We got 5 stages to go through. Banchero knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Banchero misses the second one. Splits the free throws. 9:30 to go here in this third quarter. Ball bringing it down, being guarded by Suggs. Ball coming to his right. Off the screen. He's going to put it up. It's going to come up short. That one he's just kind of heaving up there. Here comes Wagner pushing it the other way, which they need. They definitely need to do. Wagner down the lane. Kicks it out to Banchero. Extra pass to Suggs. Catches. Pump fakes. Swings it out to Wagner. A wild pass. And a 3-second violation on Wendell Carter Jr., expecting somebody to shoot at some point. They didn't. Too many extra passes for the Magic there. Manuel Mercado said, we need a 25 LaMelo ball run. I'll take it from the Magic. From the Hornets. I'll literally take anybody. A team effort. Angel A1 Droman said, wow, I didn't see this one coming. I don't think anybody did. I don't think anybody thought to see the Magic blowing out the Hornets tonight by 30 points. They throw a lob down to Diabate as he gets fouled in the air. I believe it's still going to be side out of bounds, though. 9 minutes to go here in the third. Villainette TV said Hornets have to cut it to 15 by the fourth. I'd say at least 20. Can you cut, 13 points off the lead? At least 20. 15 would be great. LaMelo ball down the lane, draws the foul, and gets the little floater to go down, okay? Starting to stack some scores here. There you go. They are an extremely explosive offense. It could happen. It could happen. Let's see. Ball to the foul line for one more. Let me blow my nose real quick. Hold on. Ball's at the foul line for one more. LaMelo ball. Cuts it to 27. Knocks down the free throw. Cuts it to 26. 48-74. Under 9 to go. Here comes Suggs bringing it down. Obviously, the intensity in this game has really died down. Banchero all the way to the rim, and he picks the intensity right back up, throwing down a poster dunk. Does that count on a poster dunk? Do we have poster dunk up here? I don't think we do, but my goodness. My goodness. Back up to 28 it goes. Every time it feels like maybe Charlotte's going to build momentum here, Paolo Banchero comes the other way and throws down a poster dunk over Diabate. Jeez Louise. Who do we have here? No 2 consecutive missed free throws. We had something happen. What happened here? Logo 3. And the Hornets, well, the ball slips and falls out of bounds. It's going to go to the Magic. Hornets confused as to where the foul call was. There was no foul call. So now it's just a turnover. My goodness. Are we going to get a challenge? We're going to get a challenge here from the Hornets. Okay, there's our second challenge of the night. If this one's successful, it's another thing on the bingo card. I guess the only thing we have looking forward to right now is the bingo card. It doesn't look like we're going to get white for 20 points or overtime, so the diagonal's out of the question. We're definitely not getting overtime, I'll tell you that. D. Grant said, man, I thought Charlotte would easily take care of Orlando. I kind of thought so, too. The combination of Charlotte being red hot coming into the night in terms of the way they played to end the regular season, maybe not so much against the Miami Heat, but coming off of that game, with the Orlando Magic coming off the game they played against Philly, AG said too many whistles in this quarter. Too many whistles in the game entirely. There's been a ton of whistles here tonight. Slayer, what's up, Slayer? People are underestimated Orlando. I think they will win the series. It's not a series. It's just a game. Charlotte just too young and not serious enough to win out. That could be an explanation for sure as to why Charlotte's played so poorly here tonight and why Orlando has played so well. But I don't think people were necessarily underestimating Orlando. Orlando was horrendous to end the regular season. They were horrendous in the final game of the regular season against the G League Celtics team. They were pretty brutally bad against the Philadelphia 76ers the other night. So the Orlando Magic, they themselves didn't give anybody faith that they would be good or they would be able to make it out of this play-in scenario. So Ned Menesis? What's up, Ned? Seems like the large number of successful challenges tells me refs get many calls wrong. It's not like a many calls wrong thing. It's just I actually think there's been like fewer challenges this season overall. But it's not about getting the calls wrong per se. It's about maybe seeing something in the call that you didn't necessarily see before. If you slow anything down to a slow enough speed, you'll see something. You'll be able to call an approximate foul somewhere. Or maybe it's close going out of bounds, and if you use the challenge there, that's something that could be called wrong for sure. Estelle, what's up, Estelle? Just tuning in, shocked at the score. That's kind of been everybody's reaction to the score here tonight. It's been a pretty brutal one overall for sure. Shantae said, do you see LaMelo Ball making 25 points? He's got, what now, 8? Probably not. Probably won't see too much fourth quarter action. He'll see some, but probably not too much. I don't know. I don't see it. He needs to get to 25. He needs 17 more points. I guess it's possible. We'll see how his third quarter continues to go. He's kind of been lighting it up so far here in the third. He's knocked down a 3. He's got an and 1 for 6 points after 2 points in the first half. So I guess it's possible, especially as the intensity of this game dies down, and the defensive intensity for sure will die down here with a 30-point lead, but we'll see. Just Dead said Orlando was a top-ranking preseason power rankings contender this season. Was a letdown. Yeah. A brutally disappointing season for the Orlando Magic. It is a successful challenge to foul on Jalen Suggs. He subs out of the game. Anthony Black comes in. Successful challenge. Yes, sir. Christian Blaze. Yes, sir. Static. Successful challenge. Where's that? Where's successful challenge? Up there, right above the free spot. So ball's at the foul line for 2. Are they in the bonus? Ball knocks down the first free throw. He's got another one coming. Why is he at the foul line for 2? Are they in the bonus already? 8:30 to go. So we'll update our bingo card there. I mean, with how not close this game is, I don't know how the bingo card is going to play out here tonight. Ball knocks down both free throws, though, for 10 points. So 25 not out of the realm possibility. He only needs 15 more. Definitely can get to that. It's a 26-point game, by the way, too. Again, under 20 going into the fourth would not be bad. Bane has it up top, being guarded by Ball. They get over to Carter Jr. To Banchero, excuse me. Banchero up top, coming to his left. He's going to stop and pop for a 3. I don't like that he's continuously shooting 3s, but he knocks that one down. He says, shut up, Sheffy. I've been working on it. Lead back to 29. Here comes Ball bringing it down. Ball has it up top, being guarded by Anthony Black. Ball coming to his right off Brandon Miller's screen, and they call a moving screen on Brandon Miller. My goodness, these moving screens have been killer for the Charlotte Hornets here tonight. Just Dead said we were big worried about Anthony Black halfway through the season. Anthony Black had a pretty phenomenal season. He ended the year and averaging like 15, 4, and 3 or something like that, which is why he's up here on the player cards for 15, 3, and 3. Figured that was a good number for him. Mostly his averages, but not scoring so much here tonight. Banchero over the top to Anthony Black, down the lane, wild reverse layup. Looks like it maybe got blocked. Goes out of bounds, battle for the rebound. It's going to go back to Charlotte. Orlando doesn't have a challenge, so the ball is going to go back to the Hornets here. Another ball up to 10 points. Trying to get his team back into this one. Ball will bring it down. Ball has it up top. He's picked up by Bane. LaMelo Ball. Coming to his left off of Diabate screen. Ball on the left wing. Driving it down in the lane. Throws up a tough contested floater. Comes up short. Battle for the rebound. Banchero picks it up. And Paolo Banchero will bring it down. Banchero swings it out to Bane. Left wing. Pump fake. Sets himself. Fires from 3. Can't get it to go. Desmond Bane, the best player in that Philly game that they ended up losing. Pretty invisible here tonight. A 3/4 court lob from LaMelo Ball to Miles Bridges. As he gets undercut a little bit by Bane on a wild pass attempt. Bridges went up there to caught it. Bane was in the area. Bane can be a little dirty too. I don't think that was purposeful, though. Definitely didn't think that. I don't think he thought, well, maybe he did. Pass wasn't so crazy. But Miles Bridges, a little upset with that for sure from Bane. Felt it was a little dirty. Either way, he's at the foul line for 2 free throws here. Charlotte is in the bonus. Bridges knocks down the first free throw, but they're down 29. Not really chipping away at the lead too much here. What's up, Appreciate you, brother. Kinahara, what's up, Kinahara? What is this score? Shocking. Suddenly Orlando decides to play. Where was this when I had them for over 50.5? We've been talking about it all night, Kinahara, in the sense that this definitely feels, the defensive intensity that they played with tonight feels like the way that they played last season. Said, man, turn this game off. If this were a regular season game, we probably would be out of here by now, but obviously it's an important play-in game, so we're going to stick around. Obviously, we're also, if I say obviously one more time, trust me, I'll slap myself in the face. Banchero down the lane, can't get the layup to go, but a foul is called. All right. All right. But because we're covering the game right after this, we're going to stay live. Said Warriors or Suns? I think the Warriors' magic is gonna dwindle out a little bit here tonight. We'll see. I will say, though, the Phoenix Suns don't particularly have great point of attack defenders, so I could still see Steph Curry going off against the Suns here tonight. We'll see. We'll see. I'm just gonna lean towards the Suns. I don't think the Warriors are particularly a good team, especially with all the injuries they've dealt with. No Moses Moody, obviously no Jimmy Butler, but everybody else pretty much healthy. Keenar said, in case Cooper didn't have it locked up, well, the ballots already went out and they were already due earlier today. So this game will not factor into it. Banchero split the free throws, made the first, missed the second. 7 minutes to go. The ball's going to stay here with the Magic, though, off the missed free throw. My goodness. Here said, either way, they're getting beat 4-0. OKC, so it doesn't matter. Absolutely, here. Absolutely. Either way, you're getting smoked by the Thunder. 4 or 5 games. Anthony Black gets it into Banchero. Banchero up top. Gets Bane. Cut into the rim. Bane. Swings it back out to De Silva. Back to Bane. Bane up top. Coming to his right against Knipple. Down the lane. Gets caught in the air. Scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Bataze, the offensive rebound. Shot clock winding down. Tries to kick it out. Kalkbrenner steals it. They get it over to Miller, pushing the other way. Miller cross-court pass. Knipple, left wing, off the catch. Puts it up. Comes up short. Long rebound back to Knipple. Knipple loses the handle. Nope, does not lose the handle out of bounds. They're going to call a foul on Bataze there. The officials definitely using their whistles way too much here tonight. My goodness. Yura said with the Clippers being the 10th seed, they're getting another lottery pick. Thunder's three-peat. Yeah, they're getting another lottery pick. Unprotected pick from the Clippers. And because they're in the bonus, Knipple at the foul line for 2. Knocks down the first one. Got another one coming. Russell Field said there's another game later. Is it my birthday? I love playoff basketball. Yeah, we got one more game tonight, the final play-in game between the Suns and the Warriors. Con Knipple knocks down both free throws, knocking it back to a 26-point game. 54-80. As we approach the halfway point here. 6:30 to go. Bane has it up top. Coming to his left off of Bataze screens. Kicks it out. Banchero in the left corner. Pump fakes. He's going to drive it down to the rim. Gets caught in the air. Kicks it out. De Silva, right corner 3. He's open. And he knocks it down. LaMelo Ball getting caught. Ball watching off ball. Left De Silva wide open in the right corner. Over to Grant Williams. Gets it down low to Brandon Miller, who gets the scoop layup to go past Bataze there. Here comes Anthony Black pushing the other way. Black gets it over to De Silva, right wing 3. Nobody picks him up. He can't knock it down, though. Loose ball picked up by Black, lays it up, and the foul. So they still end up with 3. As Grant Williams, battling for the rebound, got knocked over, fell down, and just happened to fall into the legs of Anthony Black as he was laying it up and in, and fouls him. So just like that, it was a 24-point game, and Anthony Black at the foul line to knock it back up to 30. Jeez Louise, man. This is insane. Yura said, I can't be cool with you Saturday, my guy. Business is business. Hawks in 6. Knicks in 5, brother. Knicks in 5. Saturday's going to be fun, man. Saturday's the official start of the playoff season. These play-in games have been the unofficial start. Anthony Black bringing it down. They did knock down the free throw. Black did knock down the free throw. Ball danced with it up top, coming to it right off the screen. Danced with it against Bataze, loses the handle, picks it up, coming to his left. Euro steps, lefty layup, got it to go down. Cool. Back to 28 it goes. Anthony Black's going to push it the other way. Spins in the lane, almost turns it over. Black saves it. Banchero saves the Black pass. Banchero up top being guarded by Ball. Driving to his left. Swings it out. Anthony Black, right corner 3, wide open. Can't get it to go down. Battle for the loose ball rebound. Kalkbrenner able to pick it up. Saves it over to Brandon Miller. Miller bringing it down. Orlando does a good job getting back on defense. Brandon Miller gets it over to LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball up top. Has it at the logo. Ball pulls it out. Dancing with it. Coming to his right, blowing past Banchero in the lane. Throws up the floater. Got it to go. And the foul. Okay. He's trying to rally his team. One of the only guys scoring here. But they can't get defensive stops. No comeback is going to happen without stops. Uncle Vinny. What's up, Uncle Vinny? I bet it on LaMelo 21 points or more. What's with this guy? He's putting up points now. Now he's getting buckets. Going to the foul line 4 and more. He can get 15. I think he'll get to the 21, brother. TT in the morning. For the Magic, this is a textbook case of never let them know your last move. Never let them know your next move. I don't know too many people who expected a 30-point blowout from the Orlando Magic over the Hornets tonight. Ball knocks down the and one free throw. So we are at 86-61 with 5 minutes to go here in the third. It's been a particularly long third quarter, I will say. Banchero up top, coming to his right off a double screen, driving it down, spins to his left in the paint. Layup, can't get it to go. Batase with the two-handed putback. Called that a poster too. It's one of those nights, man. They're just getting killed in the paint. Ball up top, coming to his right off the Grant Williams screen, spins off of Banchero. Beautiful ball handling from LaMelo. Throws up the weak lefty leg, gets swatted out of there by Batase. Grant Williams picks up the loose ball, though. Out to Brandon Miller. Miller attacking to his left, leans in, pump fakes, gets the ball stolen out of his hands by Batase. Ball saves him from going out of bounds by throwing it up at the rim. It's an air ball. It's another shot clock violation. And Orlando's defense continues to be spectacular. But at the same time, Charlotte being putrid offensively here. Ruzande, what's up, Ruzande? Tell those Hawks fans the Knicks are going to sweep the Hawks. Let's go, Knicks. I got Knicks in 5, man. I got respect for the Hawks. I'll give them a win. I think they could absolutely get that. I think they could get 2. I think they could, but I'm going to go with Knicks in 5. I'm confident in our team. Banchero coming to his right, foul line, pull-up jumper. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. It's a loose ball foul on the Magic. Just that, so the dirty versus the dirty is crazy. Mark said, well, this is pretty hilarious karma for Melo Ball. Yeah, the basketball gods didn't take too kindly to what he did the other night, so he said, yeah, we're going to get your team up out of here. Nobody's going to be able to knock down a shot. That's what's going to happen. MBM said Knicks in 4. Snotty guy said, I need Paolo to the line one more time. I mean, we probably got 4 more minutes of Paolo here. We'll see if we even see him in the fourth quarter. Kobe White subs back in. 26-point game. Brandon Miller subs out. Knipple subs out. Not like either one of these guys have been particularly good in this third quarter. Cockburn at the foul line. Knocks down both, splits the free throws, 63-88. 25-point game. Banchero will bring it down. Gets it over to Wagner. Wagner will bring it down against James. Wagner over to Banchero. Banchero up top being guarded by Grant Williams. Banchero gets it over to Wagner. Wagner in the high post. Backing down James. Backing him down. Backing him down. Ball away jumper. It's not Franz Wagner's game. Don't know why he went to that. Just that's at 16 minutes of this left. Not much time. Not much time. I mean, this one's over. We're going to pretty much just focus on our bingo card from here on out, because this one is Batase, another block on Cockbrenner there. Batase has done an excellent job of protecting the rim tonight. Excellent job. Zanae says, looking like Wii Sports out there. Not looking good, man. It's not looking good. 88-63, 25-point game. I mean, technically, they're chipping away at it. If it's 20 in the fourth quarter, could the Hornets outscore the Magic by 20 in the fourth? Would be the question. We'll see. Mark said, is it just me or is the nightcap game going to be a snoozer too? It could be. It could be. I have Phoenix. I got Phoenix. Mark said that was a goaltend. Looked clean to me. Missed 3 for the Hornets there. Rebound to Banchero. Bringing it down against James. Crosses over. Spins. Has him in the post. Backing him down. Kicks it up top to Wagner. Wagner against Kobe White. Coming to his left off the screen. Gets held. Throws it at the rim. No shot, but it's a foul on the floor. But they're in the bonus, so it's 2 free throws anyway. 2 free throws anyway. 3:13 to go. My goodness. Had to blow my nose real quick. My bad. My bad. Yeah, we could look at the box. We could do it right now. We could just take a look at the box score, see what we're looking at. With our bingo card, Wagner knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. Timer's still going. My bad. Christian said, nah, man, the 31-point game at half. To Mark. Yeah. Chi said, can they get 2 games against Detroit? They can. Yeah, they can. This version of the Magic, sure, but obviously. Franz Wagner hands it off of the missed free throw. They grab the rebound. Is that 2 consecutive missed free throws? That was 2 consecutive missed free throws. They were stuck at 89. And then they got the offensive rebounds, and Franz Wagner shoveled it over to Wendell Carter Jr. for the two-handed slam. He's guarding Brandon Miller out. LaMelo ball, right wing 3, heaves it up there, got it to go. We're going to get a timeout. We're going to get a timeout. There we go. There we go. Give us that timeout. Just that said, offensive rebound was impressive. I lost track. I was not paying attention. But that's 2 missed free throws there. Absolutely, Mark. That's 2 missed free throws. We're all the way down in the corner here, so that doesn't really help us out. Oh, man. This so rarely happens, but I got to use the bathroom. Pretty bad, too. So I'm going to be right back. This game is a blowout anyway. It's not that important. I'll be right back. Check out the box scores. Hold on. I'll do this for you. Boom. Whoa, didn't I exit from that side, but I entered from that side? Whoa. Whoa. Zane said Amazon technical difficulties. Eric said Chevy quit. Now, it so rarely happens, but I had to use the bathroom so bad. And this being a blowout, why not? Why not? Christian Blade said, could still get a bingo with a double-double and a 4-point play. We could. We could. Let's check out the bingo card now. Let's go through the box score. Let's check out the bingo card. What do we got? What do we got? We need a 4-point play. Player fouls out. Anybody close to fouling out? I mean, everybody in the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets tonight have 3 fouls. So, even Sion James has 3 fouls as well. Mark said Amazon commercials are long. Pretty dang long. They are pretty dang long. Anybody close to fouling out? Suggs has 5 fouls. We need Jalen Suggs to foul out. That'd be great. That'd be great. We need Jalen Suggs to foul out. Not that that particularly helps us, but it's another thing on the bingo card. Anthony Black has 5 points. Unlikely to get 15 here tonight, so that one's not looking great. We need Miller for 30. What does Miller have? He's not getting 30. Nobody in the Hornets getting 30 outside of LaMelo, who's got 16 points in this third quarter already. But Miller has 14. Pretty unlikely he gets 30. Overtime's not happening. Banchero for 30. What does Banchero have? Banchero for 30 and Franz for 25. Banchero has 23. Could happen. 7 more points for Banchero. Franz for 25. Probably not happening. Bane for 30 is not happening. Got to get a jump ball. Kobe White for 20 is not happening. Diabate, 4 offensive rebounds. Christian Blade said Black has 4 fouls. There you go. There you go. Suggs has 5, though. So Anthony Black, Jalen Suggs foul out for us. That could help. We need Diabate for 4 offensive rebounds. He has 1 offensive rebound. Okay. Okay. 1 offensive rebound for Diabate. We're back into it, by the way, but let's keep going. Let's keep track of our thing here. We need double-doubles. Who's close to a double-double? Not Diabate. Not Ball. Only has the 5 assists. Wagner with 6 and 5. Loose ball foul on the Hornets here. So that's 2 more free throws for Wagner. 91 to 66 still. 2:30 to go. Anybody close to a double-double here? Suggs with 12, 5, and 5. Banchero is what? Only 23, 4, and 6. That's not helping. It's not helping at all. Let me stand over here. It's not helping at all. Nobody close to a double-double here tonight. Would also, I mean, a couple of guys close to a triple-double, I guess, but they're going to have explosive fourth quarters with 2:30 to go in the third, so not really close either. No wedgie still. Have yet to get a wedgie. I'm waiting for it. I'm waiting for the wedgie. Con 4 threes, not happening, tell you that. LaMelo Ball, 15 3-point attempts. What do we got? What do we got from Melo? LaMelo Ball has only 6 3-point attempts. Wagner knocks down both free throws, by the way. What else? 40-point quarter. Did we have a 40-point quarter? It would have come from Orlando, obviously. They had 38 in the first. And we're looking at... Is that another 3? It's another 3 from LaMelo. He's scoring now. Wagner with 11 and 7. All right, we got a root for Wagner rebounds then. 40-point quarters, no 40-point quarters. 38 in the first for the Magic. It's a 24-point game. And Kobe White gets called for a foul. So Wagner made the 2 free throws. LaMelo knocked down a 3. 69 to 93. Snot Guy said, do you think Paolo's done? I don't think so. I think we'll see Paolo again. This is too important of a game. This is too important of a game to just be like, oh, yeah, we'll sit our guys in the fourth quarter. No reason to. Bring them back in the fourth. Run a pretty regular rotation for the most part. Then he said Hornets playing normal. Yeah, and it's too little too late. They're playing somewhat normal. Wagner knocks down the first one. He's got another one coming. But it's too little too late here. Kobe White subs out. That was, what, 4 fouls on White or something like that? 3 fouls? Something like that. But he's not the guy we're watching for foul outs. Wagner misses the second free throw. Rebound to Con Knipple, who'll bring it down the other way. 25-point game. LaMelo's still in. LaMelo's still in. Get LaMelo Ball threes. Ball has it up top. Gets a foul out on the perimeter. They're also in the bonus. That's 2 free throws for LaMelo Ball. Now we're just getting whistles everywhere. Under 2 to go. Chaos Kid, this game is so boring. Amazon asked me if I'm still watching. D, what's up, D? Miller, I need another bucket. We'll probably see these guys in for the fourth quarter as well. Might as well go down swinging. Zane said, meaning this always been the Hornets? I mean, but also to that point, like, they're playing normal here in the third quarter, but it's too little too late. They were down, 31 at halftime? It's a 24-point game, so they've cut 6 points off the lead. But obviously, when you're down 30, that's not much. Chipping away at it, but you need to take big swings here. Ball does knock down both free throws. Ball up to 22 points here. So ball for 30, still not out of the realm of possibility. Do I have ball for 30 up here? I don't. I just have 3-point attempts for LaMelo Ball. Crazy. Bane misses the sweeping layup. Rebound to Grant Williams. Here comes LaMelo Ball, bringing it down, up top, dancing with it, pulls it out. Still dancing with it. 23-point game. Gets pickpocketed by Bane. Slips and falls. Players diving on top of each other. And it's a foul on LaMelo Ball. More free throws. It's been a free throw fest here in the third quarter. As if the game wasn't boring enough. There's been foul after foul after foul. Free throw battle in a 30-point game is rough. It's still rough. Eric C said, still loving the bingo. I wish we could get closer to a couple of our bingo spots. But obviously, a lot of this is dependent. I put Bane for 30 again. Maybe that was a silly one to think that Bane was going to go off for 30 in back-to-back games. But we still have Paolo up there. We still have Franz up there for scoring. Surprised I didn't have LaMelo Ball up here for scoring. It's up to 23. Bane knocks down both free throws, as he tends to do. Knockdown free throw shooter. Ball up top. Swings it out to Miller. Over to Diabate. Back to Miller. Coming to his left. Tries to get it to Diabate. Ball knocked loose. Bane dives for it. Saves it over to De Silva. De Silva hit ahead to Wagner. Throws the lob up top to Kane. Kane throws it down with two hands. They're throwing lobs to Jamal Kane now. They're throwing lobs to their sharpshooter, Jamal Kane. Back to 27 it goes. Just in case anybody had any lingering thoughts. CT Gunniversal, what's up, CT? It's never over till it's over. Never count them out. Still got a whole quarter. You think they're going to outscore the Orlando Magic by 27 points in a quarter, brother? Miller, the straightaway three, misses it. Rebound to De Silva. Home run pass to Wagner for the two-handed slam. Do you think they're going to outscore them by 29 points in the fourth quarter, brother? It's 100-79, big dog. Another ball throws up the logo three. Off the back rim. Rebound by Bane. Bane's going to say, let's calm it down. 30 seconds to go. Let's not do anything wild and crazy. TT in the morning said all these fouls. I didn't know OKC was playing. Bane up top, 20 seconds to go. What you got for us, Bane? What you got for us? Bane down the lane, scoop layup. Can't get it to go. Diabate the rebound. Here comes Bridges, pushing the other way. 10 seconds to go, putting his head down, attacking in the paint, kicks it out, Knipple, pump fakes. He'll take the lane, kicks it back out to Bridges. Bridges will shoot the three. He'll misses it. Bataze the rebound and a loose ball foul with 1.4. We had to make sure we got one more whistle in this fourth quarter. Just one more whistle we wanted to make sure we got in there. John Corley, what's up, John? Orlando gave up 31 straight points. You never know. Fair. Mighty Montreal said the excessive fouls definitely haven't helped the Hornets find a rhythm. Yeah. I mean, it's their own doing. They're hacking and whacking away. CZ said, but I do know whoever let on Charlotte is punching the air right now. Whoever bet on Charlotte, yeah. John Corley, Orlando gave up. Oh, yeah, I read that one from John. Appreciate you, John. So Nate said Melo's going to have to trip the entire roster. Pretty much. Bataze knocks down the free throw, giving them the 30 points. So after all of that, Charlotte has not chipped away at the lead at all. After all of that. D said Silva, Miller, Paolo, one more bucket. Luther Parker, what's up, Luther? Mark said serves him right. Basketball gods did not take too kindly to LaMelo Ball's actions. As Bataze knocks down both free throws, giving them the 31-point lead. 102-71. Miller, three-quarter scored heave. Comes up short. And that will be the end of the third quarter. And Charlotte knows this one is over. This one's over. TC in the morning said, I actually feel bad for the Hornets because their season is about to end with a whimper instead of a bang. I don't feel bad for them. It is what it is. They'll be good moving forward as long as they can stay healthy. Jeffrey, what's up, Jeffrey? Giannis to Charlotte. I don't think Charlotte has the assets to give up because they wouldn't want to give up any of their three young guys, which is really the only assets they have right now that the Milwaukee Bucks would be interested in. So, doubt it. So Nate said, not going to lie, I had the Hornets, but NBA gods intervened. They did. Mark said, got to stay on the good side of the basketball gods. You do. I'm a big believer in the basketball gods. I really am. Montrell said, Hornets not sitting out the fourth. I'm making everyone take every single minute of this beating. Then they're running laps after the game. I don't think you need to make them run laps after the game. I think you take your beating, like you said, and you allow them to sit with it. You don't get to work out your frustrations, right? Making them run is allowing them to work out their frustrations. No, you sit with it. If anything, we're going to go right to the film room and rewatch it back. Little Rico baby. What's up, Rico? Now we see why Duke ain't win the chip last year. Con can't play in the postseason. He's a rookie. Most rookies can't. Mark said, stay out of Melo's way, leaving the parking garage, though. Yeah, surprised that the Charlotte Hornets haven't, gotten him a personal driver yet. As an organization, surprised they haven't done that. We have 12 more minutes of basketball of this stuff. 12 more minutes to go, y'all. As far as our bingo card goes, none of it's looking particularly promising, I will say. I have Knipple for 4 threes. He's hit 1. I thought maybe he could have a bounce back game here tonight, but he's played the same mostly pathetic way he did the other night. MEM said basketball gods have brought balance. I will say I am a big believer in the basketball gods, but my faith in the basketball gods have begun to wane in recent times, particularly with the whole Luka Doncic, Cooper Flag to Dallas in the aftermath kind of scenario. So, Mark said that video of him swerving down the streets just hitting cars, there's multiple videos of him driving. That's just one of them. There's a video of him running over a kid's foot and breaking it. He got sued for it. There's a video of him exiting the parking garage after a game in the arena and like immediately stomps on the gas, 30 miles per hour, comes out of it, does not check to see if traffic's coming, drives right out of the parking garage and blows right through the red light and goes, does not slow down at all. And it's like, bro. MEM said rookie wall was hit hard. Yeah, it's tough. So then he said, yes, he definitely brought his license. Definitely bought his license. Yeah, pretty much. Montreal said, I'll be really disappointed if they pull guys, though. This is the end of your season. Don't go out giving up. It's not about giving up. It's over. I expect some of them will, play out some of this fourth quarter. Knipple's in, Bridges in, Kalkbrenner, Josh Green, and Kobe White are in. So they got their guys in there. Wagner down the lane, floater off glass, got it to go. This is the Franz Wagner I was disappointed not to see against Philly. But he's an important part of this team. He's the best player on the team. So Kobe White driving it down, snaking it back to his right hand, layup off glass, can't get it to go. Kalkbrenner can't get the putback. Rebound by Bane. Here comes Desmond Bane. 104-71. MEM said give the bench some love. Yeah, give them some playing experience. Obviously, it's not much of an experience. They call a foul on Jalen Suggs, and he fouled out. That's it. Jalen Suggs fouls out. There you go. We needed it, and he gave it to us. Gave it to us for free. Suggs is out. Let's update our bingo card. That's all we really got going on for us here tonight in this game. Updating our bingo card. Player fouls out. Mr. Grazer, what's up, Mr. Grazer? We are just trying to survive the rest of this fourth quarter, brother. Just trying to survive the rest of this fourth. Oh, wow. I never also updated with the 2 consecutive missed free throws. Knipple 3 comes up short. Rebound to Wagner. Knipple continues to struggle. Mark said, did he have 3 steals? No. Last I checked, he had 1 steal, and I don't remember him picking up 2 other ones. He had multiple deflections, but they didn't credit him with the steal. Bane a step back 3. Too strong. Green had it, lost it, able to recover it. We could double check here, though. I believe he still only has the 1 steal. Jalen Suggs, he's credited with 1 block, no steals. He had multiple deflections, but none of them credited as steals. Mark said, can we credit him? Doesn't show it on the box score, brother. I can't make up stats for him. Can't do that. Lewis said, people are happy with how the game turned out after ball stripping, pulling down Adebayo. We've seen a lot of that in the chat for sure. Mr. Grazer said, I don't know. Mr. Grazer's comment disappeared. Shout out Mr. Grazer. MBM said, we can do what we want. I guess, technically. I think for every bingo we hit is with how rare, we've just started doing them, but with how rare they're becoming, I think every bingo is a 5 gifted subs. I think that's what 5 gifted memberships. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. Banchero has it up top. Gets it over to Anthony Black. Back to Banchero. Coming to his right. Swings it out to Anthony Black. Puts up the midi jumper. Too strong. Rebound to Bataze. Taze in the lane. In the post. Pump fake. Kicks it in the corner to Black. Catches, fires up another 3. He's been missing them all night. Continues to miss them. It's a 33-point game. So, Mr. Grazer said, I'm sitting here drinking my sorrows away. Maybe next year, Charlotte. Maybe next year, Mr. Grazer. Maybe next year. Look, you have an identity now. You have expectations now going into next year. Out the gate, you should be good. And you won't have to play in the play-in because you should be able to be a top 6 seed next year. That is the hope. That is the expectation. I'm letting my timer tick all the way down because I'm trying to get this game over with. If it's a 30-point game in the fourth quarter, it should just be a running clock. Don't stop the clock. Just let it run. Just let it run. MBM said you should sit the remainder of the game. I mean, I guess. I'm good. I got my little stool back here. Ugh. I mean, I'm good. Let's sit all the way over here, though. What do we got going on? 103, 74. Banchero pull-up three, can't get it to go. Rebound by Kalkbrenner, fouling Anthony Black, going for the offensive rebound. We got 9:49 to go. TT Moore said, the three-point shooting, BS don't travel, defense does. That's why Charlotte ain't going nowhere. Charlotte's been a good defensive team during this stretch anyway, though. Montreal said, Hornets were definitely victims of getting their talent stolen by the Monstars before the game. Only explanation, for sure. Mr. Gray said, I'm really a Celtics fan, but I got family in Charlotte, so I like them too. Fair. Bane a three, misses it. Rebound to Bataze. And a loose ball foul on the Magic. I'll move the chair out of the way. I don't need the stool. I don't feel comfortable sitting down. I don't. Keanu O'Brien said, when he sits, the game sucks. Pretty much. I mean, there's nothing to watch in the game. The only thing we're watching for, it's 73, by the way. The only thing we're watching for is our bingo card here. But, with how poor this game is going right now, does not seem likely we get anything. Banchero, 23. We can get Banchero for 30. We could get that. Tip-off at 10:17 for Suns Warriors. We are at 10 minutes. So we'll end this game to get to the tip-off of the other game. We'll end this one early. Because there's 9 minutes to go. Tip-off is in 15 minutes pretty much. So we'll end this one in about 10, and we'll switch over to the other stream. What are we going to do? We're not going to hit bingo anyway because the things we need, Suggs is out, Diabate, we'll see if we see him again, I guess. But what's Conforth, this row is not happening, or this column's not happening. What else is close? This one, we would need a 40-point quarter, not happening. Bane, 30, not happening. We're not getting bingo tonight. We're not getting bingo in this game. So around 10:15, we're going to end this one and jump over to the next game. Banchero's at the foul line for 2, by the way. Knocks down the first one. Just that said, Anthony Black's having a terrible game, and it doesn't matter. Not one bit. Not one bit does it matter. He's 1 for 7 from the field, 5 boards, 4 boards, 2 assists for a guy who averages 15 on the season for this team. Paolo knocks down both free throws. He gets himself to, 25 points. Tiz said, time to switch games, man. Tip-off's not till 10:15, so we'll wait. We'll wait a couple of minutes. See what we can fill up in our bingo card. A home run pass to Bane. Bane's going to go the other way for the layup. And they're going to wave it off and say it's an offensive foul to Silva. Hilarious. We got 8:40 to go. Then they said Magic shooting in the gym right now. Just by themselves. Getting shots up. Practice shots. Chilling. Mr. Grace said, I keep hearing the theme song Generation X playing in my head. TT Moore said, they got exposed when my Stones held them to 10 points in the fourth. They hung in until then, but Melo started talking crap. He couldn't back up and got iced like tea. Sure, brother. Paolo Banchero in the lane, turns it over. Here comes James. Roger G. Wall said, will be a couple very interesting first-round series. Going to be a ton of them. I think think a couple of teams are going to put up better fights than people think. Montrell said, definitely a good lesson learned from for a young team. Came into the game not ready and got rocked. They did indeed. They did indeed. I think maybe drank their own Kool-Aid a little too much. Just that said, both teams empty the bench. I could see the Magic emptying the bench, but no reason for the Hornets, for the most part, to empty the bench. I'd still have some of the young guys in there. But, oh no, they got Tejon Salon in there. There you go. There you go. I'd definitely pull Kobe White out at some point. We have about 10 minutes to go until tip-off in the other game. Anthony Black's going to miss that 3. But we'll, during the next, whenever there's another timeout called, we're going to end this one and switch over. We're just going to switch over. Salon kicks it out. Sion James, a 3, knocks it down. Mr. Gray said, Charlotte should definitely grow from embarrassment of this blowout loss. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I definitely think the high of the Miami Heat win and now the low of the Orlando Magic blowout is for sure a lesson learned in some regard, in whatever way. We'll see what lessons they pull out from it. Banchero, mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. Black can't get the tip. But Wendell Carter Jr. able to get it and throws out a two-handed hammer. And it's 30. We got 6:45 to go. I fully expect the timeout to be called in the next 30 seconds or so. Salon pump fake, swings through to his right, down the lane, gets stripped, but fouled. Are we going to get a timeout? We're going to get a timeout. And there it is. And that's going to wrap us up for this game here tonight. We're going to go ahead, switch off of this, and start prepping and preparing and changing the things we need to change for the next game. We're not going to get bingo, unfortunately, yet again, but we were going to switch over. So the way this is going to work, I'm going to end this stream. It's going to ask you if you want to join us in the next one. We're going to jump over to a new stream room and start to cover the Suns and the Warriors game. Second game of the night, last play-in game. Hopefully, it's going to be a good one. So, Tiz Block has said, a big slam by Carter just saved my parlay. There you go. MBM said, I don't know, some losses are brutal. This is an indicator of coaching quality. I don't know if it is. The coach, I thought, was absolutely brilliant majority of the game. Sometimes your players don't show up, brother. Sometimes you got a young team and your players don't show up, right? He's also a young coach. Learning opportunity for all involved. So we'll see. We're going to have to wait until next year to see what that team brings. So with that being said, appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys join us over on the next one. We got new bingo cards. We got new things to go over. We got a new game to watch. Hopefully it's a much better performance than what we witnessed here tonight from the Charlotte Hornets. But with that being said, appreciate you guys. I'll see you in a second.